Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we're going to do a quick recap of what occurred last session and then get underway with tonight's session. So team, you'll likely recall when we picked up last session, you guys were in progress traveling from Castle Orzelburg back to Jost. You had defeated your opponents at Castle Orzelburg. Particularly, you had recovered the holy robes of Sister Adelind, and you were desperate to get those back to Jost. You had several Spear Maidens of Hope in tow with you. They were ill from having been exposed to the Derricule fever, and that wasn't going too well. You guys were making your way back to Jost, and this was a multi-day trip. Most of the days went by uneventfully so. You're moving through enemy territory, but you guys decided to take the less civilized path, moving through the rough of the land, and got pretty far along. But unfortunately, one of the nights while you were camping in a Rocky Mountain Pass north of Castle Orzelburg, you were attacked by who you later determined to be Vukas Shroudson and his undead entourage. So this was essentially a bunch of ghouls of different flavors coming to attack you guys to presumably try to kill you all and take the holy robes back. These undead forces caught you guys unawares as you guys were camping out. Those of you on watch were able to know that something was coming, like you could hear some movement. But unfortunately, they got a bit of a jump on you guys. They were sort of coming on two different pronged areas, one from the west, one from the east, and kind of approaching that way. Unfortunately, we had Archgale on watch at that point, and due to his humanitis, as we like to call it, he didn't have the ability to see too far in the dark and tried to climb his way down the elevated terrain and fell down, and pretty quickly he had these ghouls right on top of him. The shout kind of went out amongst the camp area, and everybody got then into combat readiness as quickly as they can, waking up from a dead sleep for most folks, and then trying to take the fight to the undead. Inside the tent with the ill Spear Maidens of Hope, as well as the other two Spear Maidens who were in fighting shape, as well as Neva, there was almost a total massacre there as some of the ghouls caught up to them. You guys noticed from outside of the tents there was these sort of flashing lights and bright flashes of light. And later you were told by one of the Spear Maidens of Hope that when she woke up to some sound, she saw a ghoul looking down upon her, and she assumed that she was dead. She wasn't going to have a chance to defend herself at all. She said a quick prayer to Sif, and suddenly light seemed to surround the tented area there, protecting the Spear Maidens of Hope within. This prevented the ghoul forces from actually accessing the tent, so they then turned their attentions toward you all, and you guys fought them, many of you guys just wearing your small clothes, as obviously you didn't sleep in your armor, and so this made it extra difficult. The ghoul forces, of course, not needing to sleep of any kind, never out of their armor, so they were truly taking it to you guys, a bit of an edge there. You guys did what you could, trying to defeat them. The battle went on quite a long while. Eventually, after you guys defeated most of the martial forces, you were able to find Vukas, who you didn't know that's who it was at the time, but he was riding some kind of strange undead steed, and he was casting spells, big AoE spells, conjuring a nauseating cloud, conjuring some black tentacles. Then there was the sort of chasing him down part of this, where we had Gloria using his Asimir wings to try to chase him down, and was able to get a bit close to him, but every time he did, Vukas would then misty step away to find himself elsewhere and continue throwing out some spells. Eventually, he was far enough away that you guys couldn't really chase him down. You had defeated all of his other forces, so presumably he then fled. He got out of that area, and who knows, maybe he will come back. Maybe that's why the DM threw him on the enemies list there on our splash screen. Who knows? But yeah, you guys then survived that encounter, rested through the night, and continued the several more days' journey back to Jost. Once you arrived back at Jost and found yourself in friendly territory once again, you guys had some time here to sort of rest and recuperate. You first, however, quickly went to the Temple of Sif and spoke with Jugoda, the High Priestess there, and were presenting her the holy robes of Sister Adelind. She asked that you keep them because she had seen a vision, essentially, that said you were going to need these robes in stopping the undead forces in some sort of very critical moment in the future. She said she asked for you guys to essentially stay around town for a bit, but you had some well-deserved rest and recuperation due to you. So you guys had about a week's worth of time to do what it was that you would like to do. Some of you guys messaged me letting me know some of the things that you were doing. Hopefully all of those are resolved. If there was anything that I didn't follow up with, feel free to message me once again. But that was the time you spent there. After the week, however, you guys were summoned back to the Temple of Sif to speak with Jagoda, and she had this long narrative exposition to provide to you, which of course is in our chat if you'd like to scroll up and take a look at that once again. The super short version of this is that the diviners here have had a vision which points to the north. Jost, of course, is on the coast, and so she says that the diviners have said that the next leg of your journey is at Reaver's Cave, and she has pointed you in that direction, and she offered to answer any questions that you might have. You guys did ask a few. She gave as much information as she could, particularly when you guys asked about this undead assailant. She was the one that was able to identify him as Vukas Shroudson, and that sort of rung a bell for you guys as you've seen his name and some documentation in the past. So that was cleared up. In addition to that, she offered to explain any additional pieces of information. And of course, if you guys still have questions, you can still ask her. You guys then asked her basically in this long journey, is there any supplies or anything that she could offer to you all in order to assist you in this next portion of where you're headed? She said, well, what do you need? And that's where things kind of came up short, as there wasn't necessarily a defined list of things. A couple of folks, I believe it was like Grim, asked for something like 20 golds worth or something like that. And she said, sure, something she could take funds out of the temple coffers for that. And you guys said, well, what about some other things? And essentially what she said is head into town, see what it is that you want, and then come back to her with either the cost or what it is that you want, and she'll see what she can do for you. So that is where we left off. You guys having that week of downtime and then doing some last minute shopping, perhaps on the dime of the Temple of Sif for anything that might be useful for you all. So yeah, guys, that's my quick recap of what occurred last session. What did I miss here that anybody would like to add?
Go ahead.
Yeah, Keith had his hand raised first, so you can go.
Oh, sure. So I was gonna say, with Caliban and Neva came to a conclusion. Neva felt jaded that we didn't trust her even after all this time and was gonna leave. Caliban was sort of feeling the same way, that thought maybe he'd follow his heart and stay with Neva in the city wherever that laid, because she invited him to stay. But Grim, actually, of all characters, sort of turned Caliban's mind by offering the sword he'd recovered from one of the fallen warriors of the last fight, and to help Caliban realize the greater good that needed to be done. And he opted to stay with the team and sort of realize a greater mission to be done.
Yes, great addition there, Caliban. Go ahead and take inspiration. If I remember, he was a bit down, but then caught the eye of one of the fighting women in the church and maybe perked up a little bit. So we'll see where that leads.
Exactly, yes.
All right, excellent. Let's see. It looks like the next hand up was Archgale.
So I have two things. The first one would be I have two people who who's pretty much told me what their death wish would be. Laud said that he would like a note plucked from his instrument as burial, and Glory said that he would like to be burned so he doesn't turn into a ghoul so he can be with his gods. The other thing is, during the week of downtime, Archgirl went and talked to the Archduke, and he actually got the plate armor that Grim was looking for, which is now something that is available to anyone who might need it.
Yes, good addition there, Archgale. Of course, that plate armor is fit for an average-sized orc, or what at least the Archduke thinks is an orc. So it'll be interesting to see who that will fit. But yeah, good addition. Go ahead and take inspiration, Archgale. Laud.
Yeah, I was going to say that we were also informed that there is a ship waiting to take us across. I believe it's called the Odyssey, and it is captained by Sigurd.
Close. It's called the Osprey, but yes, it is indeed captained by Sigurd, and yes, he is waiting for you here at Jost to take you on the next leg of your journey. Go ahead and take inspiration for that, Laud. Grim.
Mentioned Ragnarok. I'm concerned I don't know if they're dwarves. I remember Reaver dwarves, I think, came up before. But that's Ragnarok's name came up, and apparently they're like a bandits or someone who occupies the Reaver Cave, Normally it's for like sort of normal criminal activity, but now it's raising the alarm of maybe some undead folks. But if we need help, we could seek out Huld Moose person.
Yes, the Haldramus are a civilization of folks. So yes, you were pointed in that direction. And yes, you got that spot on. That cave is known for sort of like piracy, where folks criminal intent kind of hang out, that sort of deal. So yeah, pretty spot on there. Go ahead and take inspiration, Grim. All right. If there's nothing else, then we will go ahead and get started. Hopefully everybody has their inspirations that they've earned or have shared them around. I see that in chat. So yeah, team, you guys are currently in Jost. We're going to go ahead and get you back to the city.
Archie, is that my plate armor? Maybe Callie could have this plate armor, and I get the one from the Duke.
Oh, yeah, sure. However, I suppose you want to divvy it up. It looks like this one will fit you a little better.
All right, Callie, do you get a sword and you get some plate? What do you think? You want what I'm wearing?
I'd be blessed. That does look a little tight on you, and we had to punch those extra holes in the buckles in order to get it to fit. But I do think the new armor would fit you a lot better. I would be much appreciative of that better armor.
All right.
Adam, do you think I could wear the Archduke's armor and hand Callie my plate that I took from one of the bad guys?
So the Archduke's armor looks like it will fit you reasonably well. It is sized for what you would consider to be an average-sized orc, so meaning a bit larger than typical human. As far as if the old plate will fit Caliban, let's leave that to the dice roll. So I'm going to say there's a 50% chance it's close enough, and then 50% chance it needs some adjustments. So Caliban, I'll let you roll this. Just choose whether you want high or low. Pick whatever die. If you get half or less, or whatever you pick, if you're correct halfway, then it fits you well enough that you can wear it normally. And if not, then you're going to need to have some adjustments made to it.
All right, that sounds fair. I am going to go high with my D20.
All right,
yeah!
So we're looking. There you go. Yeah. So as you compare it, you're looking at it. You're like, okay, yeah, you can make this work. Maybe you add like another shirt or something like that, something minor, and then it pads it up enough where it fits you as well.
I can imagine Grim recommending some push-ups or something to fill it out.
It looks pretty good there, bud. Yeah, you just need more ale.
No one's gonna mess with us now.
You guys are looking pretty spiffy. If we do find some, really, I would say maybe plate. I mean, not plate, but breastplate that fits a gnome. That would be great too.
Well, Dakota said to just get something and then give her the receipt. I have a receipt for my Morningstar.
Oh, I think she said that we could go shopping and take a look. Those are kind of, the breastplates are kind of expensive, so I'll ask first just in case.
Well, we have a few things we can maybe sell. I've got all these things in this bag, and I'll pull out the red garnet and the black silk robe and the random art pieces. And we got this owlbear egg. I wonder if we can find somebody to buy that from us.
I think the more prepared we get, the better.
Don't look at me, Lod. I don't want to buy the owlbear egg.
You probably just want to eat it.
Yeah.
Brian, that was regular plate armor? Is that what that was?
Yep, just standard plate armor. Yep.
Okay, thanks.
And mine from the Archduke is a +1, so that's pretty cool. Okay, I guess it's regular for me too.
I was upgrading all the enemies' attack rolls by 2 extra.
That was a good try. Yeah.
Adam, so does that mean in this campaign I'm not getting a +5 vorpal sword of something instant killing?
Definitely not, since in 2014 and beyond, it's only +3 is the maximum anymore.
Hey, Adam, I would like to talk to Jagoda.
Sure, yeah. You make your way over to the Temple of Sith. Is this a solo journey, or are you heading there with your team?
With the team.
All right, folks. So you guys all are regrouping there in Jost one of these mornings after speaking to Jagoda and her sending you off to the town to see what you need. You guys spend a little bit of time doing that and then make your way back to the Temple of Sith.
Your Eminence, Jagoda. Quick question. A couple, actually. First, how are you? That's not one of the questions.
You'll see she looks at you as you're sort of approaching here. This is getting a bit of a routine at this point as you're kind of making your way inside. You'll notice that she stops what she's doing as she's looking down at the altar, looks towards you, and she says, "I am doing just fine. What is it that I can do for you? Do you have requests?"
Well, I have. Who is Ragnarok?
Ragnarok is an apocalyptic event that is said to be into the future, and different groups believe it is coming sooner or later or don't believe in its existence at all, but certain groups very much believe in it and think it is coming very soon.
I don't know what that means, but Archie listened. Quick second question. Hold Ramus, that's a civilization? Are they all a bunch of good people?
They are dedicated to similar values as what my team here is dedicated. They should be your ally, assuming that you don't do anything to harm your impression of them.
Okay. Oh, and he'll reach in his back pocket at the crumbled up. This is a receipt for a Morning Star I bought for 20 gold pieces.
You see she looks towards your piece of paper and says, "I see. Okay, yes, the church coffers can certainly reimburse you for that. Let's see, just a moment." And you'll see she reaches down below the altar and you can hear some like clinking and so forth as it sounds like she's moving some things around, and then she brings out 20 gold pieces and slides those across to you.
Thanks. You, good job.
And this is some chainmail that has served me well. It was not the most expensive, but I did my best to upkeep it, repair it. I no longer need it, and maybe one of your new spear maidens can use it, or you can use it in training. I'd like to donate it to the church to use for training of future spear maidens.
She softly smiles and she says, "We would be very grateful to take that off of your hands. Yes, thank you very much."
Also, Barnaby wanted to buy some armor, and we found these 4 potions of greater healing for 150 gold each. Would the church be able to pay for that?
600 gold pieces for the 4 potions?
Yes.
Yes, we can certainly assist with that. A moment. And you see she does a similar process where she counts some coins out, and then you'll see she puts those on the altar here and slides them across to you.
Excuse me, Miss. I was wondering. I would like to donate my chain shirt armor too. It's been very worn, but I've kept it in good shape. But first, I would like to have it replaced with the breastplate, and unfortunately, that's 400 gold pieces. I thought they should have given me would have charged me less because it's less metal, but they said it's the standard price. I don't want to go ahead and buy it without your permission, but is that something that the church would be willing to do?
If it will benefit you in your tasks here, yes.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'll go get a nice one, and I'll donate my chain shirt to you as well. Thank you. You guys are so kind.
What about a little small set of plate armor?
Did you find a suitable set of plate armor that you wish to purchase?
Not yet, but if we're just getting stuff to make sure we survive this, I would look for some.
Certainly see if you can find it. That may be a difficult ask here in Jost, but if you're able to track some down, we can help.
I think we'd probably want to buy a couple of scrolls if we could. Maybe scroll of knock or dispel magic.
Yep, as much like I
Sweet.
said to your friend, see what it is that you can find, and then let me know what the cost was, and it will help as much as we can. Barnaby.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed I'd be able to find some, but obviously hearing you talk to Noah in regards to the smaller size, am I able to find a breastplate? I just kind of assumed I could.
You can, yes. A breastplate's more common than plate mail.
Okay, thanks.
All right, let's see, Glory.
I'd like to ask for reimbursement on a potion of healing. Just a standard.
She will hand you 50 gold pieces.
Very appreciated.
It seems she's keeping a tab.
She may just be. Well, as I've already explained to you, Sigurd is here on the Osprey, awaiting you guys to head there when you're ready to go. I told him that you would be ready within a day or two. I hope that's not too soon. I really see some importance in setting off as quickly as you can. I know you've only had about a week to rest or so. I certainly wish that we could give you much more time, but as I'm sure you're tired of hearing by now, the world doesn't wait on the heroes.
We will be ready and we will serve you well. We'll report back of what's actually in the cave.
I'm glad
Barnaby
to
looks
hear
around and goes, there's going to be heroes joining us as well? That's great.
We're the heroes.
We're not heroes. We're just average folks making our way through the world.
Well, should we get a move on?
I'm gonna go look and see if I can find plate armor, and I'll be right back. And then we'll go.
And I'll look for those scrolls.
Oh, and don't forget to sell the stones we found and all that.
All right, Runak,
Yep.
as you make your way back out into the city proper and you start looking at the various merchants, seeing what you can track down, much like Jagoda said, this is going to be a bit of a difficult challenge, but go ahead and give me a persuasion check. We'll see if you're able to talk to folks, see if you can find anybody that has a suit of plate armor that is suitable for your size. There doesn't seem to be anything ready to go. You do get a couple of folks that say, oh yeah, I talked to this armor smith. He's the best person in town and he can make something for you. And essentially that person tells you that a custom tailored suit of plate armor generally takes somewhere between 2 weeks and a month to be crafted.
I'll get the process started.
Well, if you wish to speak to that individual, they'll ask for half down to start your plate armor, and then they'll certainly start working on it for you.
Okay, Runak will see if he can get that from Jagoda.
Throw me
I would have
another
been,
persuasion check.
Can I use my luck on this?
As long as it's allowed to be used on skills. Honestly, I don't recall the exact text of lucky.
Yeah, for a D20 for a D20 test.
Yep,
So-
yeah, that'll work then. You see she kind of pauses for a moment and she says, I hate to be so grim, but there's always the chance you don't make it back on this journey and that is wasted. But, well, I hope that Sif's blessing remains with you. Yes, here is 750 gold to start the craftsmanship.
We will make it back. We're the heroes this time.
All right, Archgale.
Quick question. Do I still have the robes, or was that returned back to the temple?
When you mentioned that, they asked, Jagoda specifically said she asked that you keep them because you're going to need them as part of your groups and what the tasks that are going to be before you.
Okay.
All right, team. Anything else you guys are trying to accomplish here before making your way down to the harbor and looking for the Osprey?
Yeah, I was gonna try to see if I could sell the standard items that I have on the sheet, which is just the ones that have prices. Also, the owlbear egg to see if that could be sold, and then try to find a scroll of knock to buy.
All right. So the treasure was stuff that you looted that I gave you flat values for?
Yes.
Okay, then yep, you can sell that for the flat values that were stated. As far as the owl bear egg, give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, one sec.
All right, you
I
mentioned. Yep, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I imagine Laud has a pretty good story around how he came into owning a owlbear egg.
Presumably, yes, yeah. So as you're speaking to some different folks around town here, and you're mentioning like, does anybody buy exotic things? Is there anything sort of off the wall that people purchase? This sort of thing. As you ask this, you get pointed to a few different places. Eventually, you end up at this kind of small exotic shop. You notice that there's these like plants and things growing out front. The sign, which must have been legible at one point in time, is just completely unable to be read. It's just kind of hanging off to one end. As you enter, it's very cramped inside. There's like towers of books everywhere. You're having to walk and like kind of, especially for you, Laud, you're having to like suck your gut in, kind of move sideways just to get through this area. But the guy behind the counter, after you strike up a conversation with him, he certainly seems to be someone who purchases all kind of odds and end weird things. He asks that you place the egg on the counter so that he can examine it.
I will do so. Take it out of the bag of holding, put it on the table.
All right, you will see he examines it carefully, and then he will look up at you and he will say, "Well, I'm sorry to say, but the creature inside this egg is no longer living. I can purchase it on a curiosity's sake, but it's not worth as much as it would be if it was still a viable species."
How much are we talking? And also, can I insight check that?
Sure, throw me an insight check. Yeah, as far as you can tell, he's totally on the up and up.
All right.
50 gold?
All right, deal.
He counts out the 50 gold pieces, hands them over to you, and you see he says, "All right, now where am I going to put this?" And you see he starts looking around at these various shelves and things.
All right, and then I'll try to ask him if I can find you know where I can buy a scroll of knock.
Well, you're in luck. I just happen to have only one of those, just one. And you see he opens a book and he just kind of throws the pages, and you see they slowly kind of start coming slower and slower as they're sliding one after the other. And he says, "Knock," you said?
Yes.
Right. And you see tears a page out, holds it up to the light, blows on it, and goes, "All right, this is a scroll of knock. Just out of curiosity, what would you think you'd have to pay for something like this?"
I don't know. It's
50
like
gold, I'm sure. I think it's the same as an egg.
Ha!
Yeah,
That
that sounds
guy
about right.
behind the books back there is full of poop. That's not even close. 120 gold.
Deal.
All right, he hands you the page, and you notice when you first take the page from him, it's very stiff paper, but as you hold it, there doesn't seem to be any writing on it, and you kind of blink and shake it a bit, and suddenly you see the letters start to fill in.
Perfect. I'll throw it into the bag of holding.
All right, he takes your coinage. All right, folks, anything else here in Jost? Yeah, Grim.
Just real quick here. Hey Archie, I got this pamphlet from the Temple of Thor. Look, it says that Thor, okay, he's like a fighting god, right? The god of lightning, war, and strength. That's kind of me, right? a protector of humankind, and I'll get this, a husband of Sif. Right, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so Thor's worshippers, and you got to help me with this, Archie. Right? They try to invoke him with deeds, not words. Right? So I got to call out his name in battle, and challenge monsters in the wild. I must emulate his deeds of strength and bravery, and never fear death. I mean, I feel like this might be something I could, I don't know, think about. What do you think?
Well, on your path to finding a deity for you, uh, you should do as you think is correct. Don't expect any rewards from them either. You should be doing it for the sake of the worship itself.
Huh? Um, okay, if you say so. Oh, oh, and by the way, what's a straw death? It says, here at the pamphlet and at the back, it says that he loves to see those who don't do a straw death, but they die in battle. What does straw death mean?
Can I do a religion check on that?
Sure.
Because I don't know what that means.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm actually going to call okay. I guess I could say religion, since this is part of Thor's kind of mantra. If you roll high enough, maybe you can pick up on this. Yeah, so the idea of a straw death is somebody that dies in straw. So think of it like straw beds, where they're old and they're decrepit and they just, their life ends at sort of the natural end of their life, you could say, rather than dying in battle fighting for what you believe in. So Thor's followers would much rather die in pursuit in battle, trying to accomplish something great or protecting or doing something in service to Thor, rather than just wasting away of old age and dying in a straw bed.
I will relay that information to Grim and say, well, I think you're doing a good job at that already. I'm sure that hopefully none of us perish, but I think we are on a good path to completing our mission, and we are not merely wasting away in a bed.
Oh, I get it now. Hey, but Archie, how do I know that he's watching me?
Um, well, that's the fun thing, is your faith is what gives you that. Again, you don't do these things because you're being watched or you expect anything. You do them because you know it is right.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to think about that. Oh, and one more thing, Archie, don't tell the others. I may look weak in front of them looking for a deity.
Well, I think here in the pamphlet you showed it to me. You have to call out Thor's name in battle. I think it's not going to be very well hidden from yourself.
It's a big step, Archie, but we'll see. All right, and he's gonna tuck the pamphlet in his back pocket and say, "All right, let's get with the others."
Alrighty, folks. Anything else here in town before making your way down to the harbor? All right, hearing and seeing nothing, we will assume you guys regroup once again and make your way down to the harbor. So I'm going to put you guys back on the Jost map momentarily. All right, so you guys can think of yourself as having made your way. I'm not even going to try to explain the direction map-wise because this one's extra weird. But you kind of go this way and down here in this area, and you're looking for this vessel. So you have to kind of chat around to some various folks and let them know that you're looking for the Osprey. And after maybe 20 minutes or so of chatting and seeing all this hustle and bustle of people going by, seeing seagulls diving, people fishing by the shore, all that fun stuff. Sure enough, one older gentleman will just kind of click his fingers and point when you ask about the Osprey, and you look down the edge of this longer dock here, and there is indeed a vessel at the end of it that is currently tied to the dock itself. And you can see that there is crew members kind of going back and forth, seemingly loading things.
Well, that's
The
it.
whole,
I've never been on a boat before. Looks fun.
do you have a strong stomach?
Of course, everything on me is strong. I am strong.
Well, we'll see about that once the waves get bad.
Glory.
What is the weather like? Is it cold? Are we like in the north? Is this frigid water?
It's colder. You can think of the average temperature right now probably being about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's a bit colder. You certainly wouldn't want to go for a long swim, but yeah, it's not freezing.
Okay.
I'm not sure if my people are seafaring people. We're used to the born in the hills, not on the waves. Well, we'll see how this goes.
How long of a journey will this be?
Is that question directed at someone in particular?
Yeah, whoever's passing by, like carrying something.
All right, so you kind of make your way down the dock a bit, and you ask that, and you see one of the crew members looks at you and just kind of gives you a raised eyebrow and just continues on his way.
Rude. Oh, geez. Okay. Well, does anybody know?
I bet Sigurd would know.
Let's find him. Yes, I bought some meat.
All right, so
Yeah,
if you
we should
guys
probably-
mention you're looking for Sigurd, you will again eventually, after kind of floating this name about a bit, you will notice an older-looking gentleman on the ship itself. He will approach the railing. You see he looks down at you and he says, "Oi, are you the group that I'm supposed to be taking?"
We're the heroes you're taking.
Yeah, heroes.
All right, you notice this gentleman wearing his fancy hat here, kind of grabs at his beard and kind of just strokes it momentarily, and he says, "That's what I've been told. Well, come aboard. Let me show you around."
If you don't mind me asking you, how long of a journey will this be?
Your journey? It's going to take about 5 days or so.
Oh, and then you're taking us back?
Well, I've got some time where I can wait there for you. Hopefully you'll wrap everything up pretty quickly, and then we can continue on. For some reason, we get separated. Then we'll see what we can do. We'll point you in another direction. There's always captains and stuff around in the area. You can probably try to pull in a favor for someone and get you coming back.
I'd prefer the first option.
As do I. I hope that is how it goes.
I guess are we crossing onto the ship?
He's ready for you to do so. Yeah, so if you guys make your way up.
Caliban probably getting used to the weight of the plate armor and also a little unsure of carrying this much armor over water, goes across the gangplank a little unsure, probably white knuckling the rope as he crosses over. Not sure if I've ever been on a boat before.
Boat? This is a proper ship, lad.
Oh, sorry, no offense meant. I'm just gonna find somewhere to sit down. Where do we sit?
Yes, I'm going to show you around. We'll be setting off pretty soon. Get on, come on, get you all on. All right, so
I'll hop
essentially...
on there.
All right, so yeah, essentially you guys are all kind of corralled on, and there's probably another 20 minutes or so of work as the crew here is grabbing things, boxes, shifting them, that kind of thing. Basically, once everything is done, the captain is taking the wheel and sets the ship, out as the crew members kind of push off a bit, unmoor it, and then the sails are raised slowly at first to get the ship out on the water proper. Once you're out on the water proper and you guys are kind of standing around, you're kind of in the way of all the crew members going back and forth, You will notice then that the captain, now as you're out in like sort of free, clear water, there's no, risks of hitting anything. He says, all right, let me show you around. All right, so this here is the Osprey. As mentioned before, guys, I'm using these map pins that are the new feature on Roll20. You'll see them. If you click them, they're going to give you some additional information. So they pop up with some details, and then if you, I think it's a double click, will open the full handout that it's connected to. So you guys should be able to do that. And most of them are pretty short, so you probably won't even need to do the double click, but it's like the Osprey one you might. Hopefully that all makes sense. If you have a question about any of these, definitely let me know. But yeah, you guys are currently on the ship. One thing I will point out is this is a little bit not super obvious, again, due to lack of 3D stuff here in Roll20. This here is the crow's nest, so you cannot walk directly here. If you were to walk here, you're essentially under the crow's nest, which of course is fine. But if you actually want to climb into the crow's nest, you have to basically do it from this pole here. You climb up, it's like a 20-foot climb, and that would take you up into this area here. All right, double click not working. Let me just that's because I didn't give you guys the ability to see this one yet. All right, you have access to that one now. Try that double click on Osprey again.
Yeah, it works now.
Perfect. All right, that's how that works. All right, so with Sigurd having spoken to the crew and gotten things settled, you'll see he kind of makes his way down the steps, and he says, all right, I'm just going to give you a brief tour, tell you what everything is here, all right? You ready? Are you all listening? You got your ears open?
Ears open, Captain.
Ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, at the front of the ship here, I've got my own terminology. Some of the people, they don't like what I call them, but it's my ship, so I do what I want, right? All right, so here up at the front of the ship, we call this the foredeck. This is the aft deck, right? Pretty clear. This is down here is where I'll be most of the time, making sure the ship is steering in the correct way and going the right direction that we want. So don't come up there and bother me unless it's really important, all right? And then down here, the crew is going to be working quite a bit, so don't get in their way. Most of you, I suppose, have never actually worked on a ship, so don't try to do anything fancy. Just stay out of the way. In fact, if you don't even want to be here on the top side, let me take you down below, and you can see what's down there, and feel free to just relax, and I'll let you know when something important happens. This that way is the kitchens. All right, so important here is you'll notice that as you've stepped into that space, you're shifted over to a single spot on the map. And essentially what this is doing is it's taking you to the other level of the ship. Now, as is hopefully is obvious, this step here is the, outside, but as soon as you step there, it's going to take you back to the full level of the map. Hopefully that's clear and that's not too confusing. All right, the captain will make his way around here in the kitchens, which you see as reasonably well stocked. You see some barrels of food. You can see some food preparation areas, that sort of thing. He says, this is the kitchens. This is where all the magic happens. And, salt and stuff is used to make the food not taste like absolute shite. But we'll do what we can. It's not gourmet cooking by any stretch, but it's food. Yeah, that's the kitchen. Down here, you see he will make his way down the steps. All right, this is the storage area. This is what is used where we store all the stuff. Storage, right, is pretty self-explanatory, and sleeping areas as well. You see we got all these cots hung up. You want to have cots hung up on the ship. You don't want to be laying on the ground because water can get anywhere, you understand? Sometimes water is right there and you just can't do nothing about it, especially if it gets all choppy and wavy out there. It's going to be water everywhere. In fact, down at the lower level of the bilge, it kind of never goes away. Some folks be working that all day. It's not a fun task, but you don't want it up here in the sleeping quarters. But even when it is, sleep in the cot. Got it? Pretty clear. Yes, got it. You'll notice some of these lazy lads here are sleeping it off right now. They're pretty tired. We work around the clock around here, so they catch some sun, catch some sleep whenever it is that they can. Hope that makes sense. And if not, well, make it make sense. Follow me this way.
Well, Callie, I think water is okay in the boat, but just not a lot of it, I guess.
I guess this. I don't know how this is gonna go. I don't think those things are
Here's
made
some
for
water in the boat.
All right, this here, this is what we call the bilge. The bilge is the lowest part of the ship. And down here is the water's collecting because the water hits up top and it rains down and it kind of collects down here. So we got workers down here that collect out the cup and they pour it out. They pour it out over and over and they try to do that as much as they can. But as you can see, some of the lazy lads haven't done their work right now. And you can see there's a little bit of water on the ground. So it's slippery. Just to stay out of that water. It's nasty, real nasty water. You don't want to be standing in it. It's just collected and the people standing in it, walking and kicking and pissing it. And it's just nasty water. So, but other places to sleep down here. Again, you notice the cots, they're hanging. So you're not down in the water. This is where some people have to sleep. If you got first choices, you're sleeping up to the next level. But if you don't, you're sleeping down here. Does that make sense?
This much water is normal? The boat should be taking up this much water?
Ah, yes, water is always coming in. Like I said, some of the lads get lazy and they let it collect too much. But when I have to go around with my beating stick, you see? And you see he pulls out this, what looks kind of almost like a cudgel from his side. Says, this is what I call the do your damn job stick. And if you don't do your damn job, you get hit with the do your damn job stick.
Oh, what? Do we have jobs?
Yeah, your job is to stay out of the fucking way because you probably don't know what you're doing on a ship. So just leave it to me and the lads. We'll take care of everything. If you tell me, oh, I'm an expert, I've been doing this for years, then maybe I've got some work for you. But probably not because looking at you, none of you look like your ship lads.
No. I'm fine doing the first thing.
All right, then just stay out of the fucking way. And yeah, leave it to us. All right, any questions?
Yeah, Captain, how many crew members do you have? You seem to have a lot of, real strong crew people here.
Full crew of the Osprey, it's 14 folks. And then on top of that, we got myself, the captain, and I've got the first mate, Svenja, top deck. So a total of 16. But we also have, a guest on board, you might say. It's a pretty odd last-minute booking. So you count that person there, that's 17. And you never know, there's some cats around and that take care of the rats. So if you count them, probably like 20.
Are we going to meet your new passenger?
Maybe. I can't say for sure. They said to leave him alone. They paid extra. Took over the first mate's cabin and all. Paid very top coin.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, all right. I have to get back up top to make sure no one steers us right into the shore. If you have questions, just shout them down for me, but don't come up on the aft deck unless you really have problems. Got it?
I'm sure I can be of use.
Be of use to what, lad? What can you do?
Whatever needs doing.
You see he looks you up and down with a very skeptical look. How long have you been working on a ship?
Long enough.
Go ahead and give me what I presume is a deception check. I'm kind of reading deception from this check. You see, he kind of looks you up and down again. If we need you, I'll let you know. But right now, I don't think it's going to be important. We got quite a bit of folks on here, I said. Full crew.
Well, like I said, I just want to be of use.
I'll keep it in mind if I need something from you. Just don't eat all the food, of course, right? Don't just gouge down. We have designated eating time, so just make sure you're not just chowing.
All right. Just some leftovers stuck in the wood cracks here.
I can't believe he double booked. We're heroes. Have to do world-saving stuff. You think he would just concentrate on us?
Well, I mean, it is a big boat. I mean, ship.
All right. Well, I hope this person doesn't try to mess with us or something. It's a little strange.
Oh, I bet dice will be rolled.
All right, as you guys spend a little bit of time acclimating yourself to the ship here, if there's anything that jumps out to you as like, hey, what in the world is this? What am I looking at? Feel free to ask. I'm giving you this time to get acclimated to the ship because, as the captain explained to you, this is a 5 or so day journey from Jost to Reaver's Cave. And so you're going to be spending quite a bit of time here. I didn't want this to be a surprise. Suddenly you see the ship for the first time. But yeah, any questions on what you're seeing or what is where?
Hey, Adam, in the kitchen area where I'm at right now, those look like windows, but I'm assuming they're not.
They're opening, so they're, windows in the sense that they're holes in the wood where you can look through and see the water outside, but there's no glass pane. Portholes, there you go. I like that. That's better.
Also, Adam, on that same level, can we get to this section? Is this, or do we have to go up and then back down to get to it?
Can you go ahead and point to me what section you're referring to?
Can you see my ping?
I was a little zoomed in, but no, I'm not seeing any pings.
Let's see. That's basically the top. Yeah, exactly. Whoever just pinged that. We can't seem to go up to that section of the ship.
So this here on the ship is sort of the main deck, you could say, and that is what's represented over here. So as soon as you step out of the door, you get transported to the same area, just on the other map.
Got it. Okay.
How sorry, good.
Oh, figured it out. Never mind. Over to you, Carl.
Yep, Lod.
Yeah, I was gonna ask how high is the crow's nest, and I was like climbing. I'm assuming it's a rope ladder to get up there. Does that require any type of a check to get up to the top of it?
When not in combat, as long as you're willing to do it slow, I would say you can climb it without any issue. It's 20 feet above the main deck.
Okay.
And I guess my only question is, does the crew have weapons?
I will say, throw me a perception check. You don't see much in the way what you consider bona fide weapons, like daggers on them, like cutting knives, that sort of thing. But throw me a perception check to represent as you kind of were moving around the ship. With a 10, I would say you don't see too much. Probably, maybe you've seen a couple of like short swords, perhaps, kind of connected to a cot or tied somewhere or the other. So you assume there's at least a little bit of armaments on the ship, but usually belted to them, you really just see knives or daggers. All right, if no other questions, then I'm going to pass time as the ship is sailing forth. To give you an idea of where you're headed, I think I showed this map to you guys once before. All right, this is the northern area, and you guys are going to be represented by this ship token here. Obviously, this ship token is way oversized to what it is in truth, but I just wanted to make it easily visible. So you guys are leaving Jost with the intention of making your way to Reaper's Cove, or Cave, excuse me, over here. How exactly you're going to get there, you're not quite sure, but the captain essentially is taking you kind of out this way at this point. All right, with that in mind, you're going to have some, basically downtime here on the ship, this travel time. It's not too exciting for at least the first part of it. Give me an idea of what you guys are doing during this time. How are you spending your time on the ship?
Lod's gonna climb up into the crow's nest and just hang out up there and kind of watch the waves and stuff.
All right, go ahead and throw me a perception check for that, Lod. Glory.
I'd like to look at the stars and see if I can try to track our progress.
Okay, and I assume this is like an all-time thing, like you're kind of waiting till night, the stars come out, a little bit easier to navigate, that sort of deal?
Yeah, during the night.
All right, yep, go ahead and throw me a perception check for that as well. Okay, so Lod, yeah, you're climbing up the rope ladder. Once you get into the crow's nest, you definitely get the impression that it's rickety, so you can feel it kind of teeters on you every now and again. At your size, you don't feel like this is overly stable or safe. You don't think it's going to collapse on you imminently, but you don't feel super confident up here is what I'll say.
All right, then I'll climb down. If it doesn't seem like it can support his weight, he'll climb down and just kind of hang out on the main deck.
Fair enough. Yep. Yeah. You quickly decide otherwise and make your way back down. Anything else, folks? What you guys are doing? Give me an idea of what you're doing during this daytime part of the trip.
Runak's definitely going to try to find a place where he can sort of deactivate without freaking people out for when he needs to rest. So a bunk or whatever he can find.
Okay, so obviously you found a lot of those cots. They have blankets on them, so if you were to go into a cot and put the blanket up over you, you don't think anybody would notice that. Other than that, there was areas where you saw like some crates and that sort of thing, or the back area of the kitchen. Up to you what you consider to be the most secluded.
Yeah, I think the blanket idea works best.
All right, fair enough.
I think Archgirl is going to probably just be talking probably to Grim about the philosophies and religion stuff. Since Grim showed interest, it's probably the only thing Archgirl's good at.
I don't know. And maybe I'll throw some dice with you, bud.
Oh yeah, I do have that 3-Dragon anti-set. Maybe we could try to just have some friendly competition around here.
Okay.
All right, so it sounds like the two of you are going to try to find somewhere that you can play this game.
There's a kitchen table over here, bud.
Perfect.
All right, 3-Dragon Ante. I believe that is a card game, if memory serves. And I think it used to be a tool. Is it still a tool in 2024?
Yes.
All right, so this is pretty straight up. How it would work is you both make tool checks. If you're proficient, obviously you get to add your proficiency. If not, no proficiency bonus. I would say as a card game, it's generally speaking going to be either wisdom or charisma would be the stat I would say that kind of leads here.
Wow, okay. How do you play? Ready to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll teach you how to play. I'll go easy on you. I'm just gonna test out that tool. I've never used it before.
All right, so as an experienced 3-Dragon Ante player, you can see your roll wasn't too great there, but you still ended up with a 14. So in response to that, Grim, since you're playing against Archgale, you would, there you go. And so even though you technically rolled better, obviously Archgale is much more familiar with this game, and he's able to pretty swiftly defeat you.
Oh, that was fun.
It's more. We can get some more people. Maybe when everyone's not busy roaming around the ship. I don't think there's much to even see. There monsters out there, you think?
No, monsters have to breathe air, dummy.
Well, do you think Runak has to breathe?
Grim will just laugh.
I think for Caliban, it takes him a little bit to get over the fear of the water and sea legs, but then he kind of does, and he gets into the watching all of the work going on and the constant shuffling of the crew, and he's going to see if there's anywhere that he can help out, whether it's the most trivial task, if he can, he might be untying rope or, I don't know, swabbing the deck or running the bilge pump, whatever you can do to help out.
All right. So as you're trying to kind of keep an eye open for any opportunities, and maybe a couple times you kind of like start thinking like, oh, here's where I can help. You'll notice that the crew members seem to be on a really good routine here. They pretty quickly pick up any gaps, that sort of thing. Eventually, one of the crew members keeps eyeing you, noticing that you're trying to help, and he says, If you're trying to help, here's a bucket. Head down and, take the bilge water and, throw that over the outside.
Aye. That's the right term, right? Aye. I'm on it. And he will head down there.
All right. All right. Want to make sure we've heard from everybody here. Is there anybody we haven't heard from yet?
Yeah, Adam Barnaby wants to get up on that crow's nest if they'll let him go up there, and he doesn't want to take a full watch by himself because he doesn't want to roll poorly, but he would be more than glad to go up there and take a shift on the watch there, and also look to see if a crew member can teach him how to tie good knots.
Okay, so what I will say is the crew seems way too busy, whether that's true busyness or faux busyness, just trying to make sure they look good and be before the captain and the first mate here, as both of them are currently on deck. So none of them seem to want to spend any time trying to teach you how to tie knots, or at least so far. Going up into the crow's nest, okay, yeah, you're obviously much smaller than Laud, so size-wise, this feels much more stable to you. Go ahead and throw me a perception check to represent your efforts up there. Yeah, you're probably still getting used to this, so you're more worried about not falling out of the crow's nest. So every time the boat or the ship kind of shakes a bit or leers one way or the other, you're kind of grabbing onto the edges and grabbing onto the ropes and doing the best you can. And then, yeah, on your tippy toes, kind of looking to see what you could see. But yeah, nothing really too interesting jumps out to you. All right, I think we heard from everyone. So as the day passes by, again, this is going to be a multi-day journey. So the day passes by, there is a break for dinner, essentially, you can think of this as. So there's like a lunch and a dinner. Pretty basic food. You can see much of the dishes are fish-based, and a lot of the fish seem like they're stored in these big salt barrels. So they're kind of pulled out and cooked, but the fish, while it has a decent taste to it, it's very, very salty. So you get that. You get some vegetables that are in brine. So think of this as like pickles. There is ale, but you notice the captain is very strict on the rationing of the ale. Like everybody only gets a small quantity of ale. And the crew seems like they're already used to this. But if any of you guys even like sort of ponder like, oh, could we have some more? You'll get like this stern look from him. And he gives this you can tell it's very much a recited speech of, a sloppy worker is a lazy worker, and a lazy worker is a dead crew kind of thing. And then at the end he says, and that goes for guests too. And he seems like he has this whole speech very much practiced. All right, so passing time to the night. I'm going to assume that Glory here is on top deck where he's at, because he's watching the position of the stars to try to get an idea of where he's traveling. I would say based on that check, Glory, you can tell that for most of the day, your position has been north, and it seems like you've been staying in that direction. Your facing has been north pretty much this entire time.
Okay.
All right, Laud, are you staying above deck for the early part of the night? Think of this as, say 8 to 9 to 10 p.m.-ish.
Yeah, I think so. Laud hasn't, experienced sailing, so just anything that he can add to his laurels.
All right, fair enough. So you will notice that somewhere about 8:30 to 9-ish, the crew seems to have kind of relaxed a bit. It is getting dark out. You will notice that as the darkness truly descends on this area, that the crew makes sure to put out these lamp lights, both at the aft and the fore and the aft decks. And you can see that the night has truly settled in. As it does so, you notice the first mate is going to make her way down the stairs, and you'll see she kind of gives a glance to the doorway to the northwest, as though just kind of maybe a longing look kind of thing, before she sighs and then makes her way into the kitchens. All right, Barnaby, as you're kind of hanging out in the kitchens here, you'll notice the first mate walks in. You see she looks down at you and says, could you get out of the way?
Oh, of course, milady. I just wanted to explore and see what I could find.
Yeah. You see she just walks on by.
Boy, she's busy.
All right,
Well,
so
Jim, I'm gonna hit the hay.
Oh, yeah, I guess it's a good idea.
Is it time to kind of try to find a cot?
if you wish to, it's again somewhere about 8:30 in the evening at this point.
Well, they're all taken. Oh, here's one.
And you're going to notice the crew's kind of shifting about. Some folks are waking up from the cots and exiting, but mostly it's people going to the cots at this point. All right, it's about the, I'm going to say 9:30 hour or so, and I'm assuming you guys are where you are on the map. A little bit of additional time has passed. If you're making your way to a cot, feel free to do so. As the captain explained to you, once the cots are taken, there are more cots down below in the bilge. There's a bit of an off odor down there, so maybe not as pleasant sleeping, but there's still places to sleep.
Are these cannons like actually here? Because if
They
they
are.
are, kind of pay attention to them and see if you can he's just exploring things and trying to figure out how they work, and if you needed to fire one, what you'd have to do.
Give me an intelligence check here, Lod.
Just straight intelligence or like investigation?
I'm going to say just straight intelligence, see if you can identify what this actually is. So maybe to some extent, you maybe have seen or heard of this. It's not actually a cannon. It's what is known as a swivel gun. So think of it as a stationary firearm that's latched right onto the side of the ship. In your knowledge base, you would assume that this is mostly used for an anti-personnel means. It could also be used to shoot smaller vessels, but generally on large ships, it's not going to do enough damage to be, a decisive factor. But it can swivel, so you can kind of aim it in a pretty wide range. It can't aim backwards towards the ship, but kind of like anywhere, over in this direction and up a little bit. So you can kind of shoot kind of think of it almost as like maybe a 90-degree angle kind of deal. Like I say, you wouldn't be able to point it this way, but other than that, it seems ready to go. Based on quick examination of it, you can see that it is set up for being able to make 3 shots. And then after 3 shots, it would have to be reloaded, and the reloading process looks like it is involved. You will notice that there is a little satchel that has been nailed into the ship side here that contains what you presume to be additional ammunition and some additional, lack of a better term, gunpowder for the swivel gun.
Nice. He's just gonna play around with it, start making machine gun noises.
You will notice the captain is eyeing you. He doesn't say anything, but he's eyeing you very carefully as you're standing there. Yeah, Caliban.
Oh no, I was not in a hurry there. I was enjoying Lod playing with a gun. Caliban, noticing the first mate coming down, will hop out of the cot, come across. Ma'am, no offense, but I just noticed that you're down here with us. Don't you have your own quarters as an officer?
You see she's just kind of getting to the point where she's relaxing. She's taken her hat off and done this long sigh and set it on her chest. And you'll see she turns and looks at you and she says, "Yes, I usually do, but I don't now. It was taken from me by some important traveler."
Oh, that's unusual, isn't it?
Yes, somewhat unusual, but, when somebody's important enough and has enough coin, well, the captain will take what fares he can and get paid a little extra on the side. So it's not all bad, but having to sleep down here, it's just, it's not great.
I don't mean to pry, but is it somebody famous, somebody important, or just somebody wealthy?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check, Calvin.
Ooh, I'm not good at this. Not good at this at all. Let's see. Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
You see, she says, "I don't know. Never saw the fellow. Did all the talking with the captain. The captain just told me to move my stuff out and head down here for sleeping on this journey. So I don't know."
You can have the bunk I was in over there. It's a pretty good spot over there. Maybe a little more removed from the door. I might go up topside to take a look. I've rested for a bit.
You'll see she says, "Oh, appreciate it, but this was my old bunk from before I was first made, so I'll stay here for sentimental reasons."
Understood. Understood. Thank you.
All right, so it's about the 9:30 hour, as I mentioned. So again, I'm assuming you guys are where you are. If you're resting, that's totally fine. If you're still up top, that's fine as well. You will hear the sound of the door to the first mate's area or quarters open, and you will see a gentleman step out. And as he does so, he kind of makes his way out of this area, and then you see he kind of wanders up to the foredeck.
We're not seeing him, Adam. Is he maybe in a wrong layer?
Yeah, that's what I'm double checking right now. I think he got layered, actually. Bear with me as I try to fix this real quick.
Hey, Lord. I think that's the VIP guest. So important that the first mate had to give up her quarters. That's interesting, don't you think?
Yeah, because we're the VIPs.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that, but might be an interesting person to get to know. Maybe has a story behind them.
Maybe.
Maybe we're traveling with royalty, a prince of some sort.
Ooh.
There we go. Yep, he got layered. Okay, so he will exit the first mate's quarters. You'll see he will close the door behind him. He takes a moment to make sure that it's secured, and then you will see he, as he does so, he kind of moves towards the railing. He glances around his surroundings just momentarily.
Sort of a pale fellow, but could be a prince. Why don't you go see what you can learn? Go talk to him.
I think I accidentally teleported. Went totally black.
Yes, it looks like you tried to enter the first mate's quarters. I'm assuming that's not where you were trying to go.
No, I was just trying to walk up to the foredeck there. I did.
The best part of that was the imagery of an open hatch, because that's exactly what it looked like.
Just fell in.
So yeah, just for reference, the stairs are here that takes you up to the foredeck.
Okay, gotcha. Well, hello there. Haven't seen you about today.
You will see he turns and he looks you up and down. He says, "Oh, I'm quite not interested whatsoever. Not at all.
Not interested in what?
Whatever it is that you're offering or selling."
No, I'm not selling anything. I'm just making small talk.
Well, then I suppose I'm not interested in small talk.
Oh, well. Rude. I guess I'm gonna go to bed then. As I move between the layers, should I be just in like fog clouds everywhere?
So
'Cause I
as a
went-
reminder, it is dark right now. So I'm assuming you don't have dark vision and you're not carrying a lantern. So when you're on the main
Gotcha.
deck, the reason you can see is there are lanterns lit.
Okay. Aha.
All right. So again, passing some time here as the night continues on. I see both Caliban and Glory here are on the aft deck at the moment next to the captain, and you'll remember that he said only come up there if something's really important. So far, he has refrained from, shouting or anything like that. But you see, he looks at you two now, and he says, "All right, you've been standing here for a while now. What is it? What do you want? What do you want?"
Sorry, didn't mean to disturb, Captain, but interesting that your first mate is having to bunk with us, and very interested in our guest. He's interesting looking fellow, isn't he?
I don't care what people look like. I just care what the color of the coin is, and it was quite good.
Ooh, do you think he's royalty? Somebody important? Somebody famous?
Ha! Royalty on my ship. Not everybody likely. I assume he's just somebody who has a little bit of money, and I don't know why he's wanting to go, but again, that never stopped before. It doesn't look like he's dangerous in any way, so that allows him to go. It books a passage and makes the whole journey a little bit easier, knowing that there's extra coin in the pockets.
Are we dropping him off before we're going to our destination?
Give me a persuasion check here, Calvin.
Oh no, so bad, so bad.
Don't worry about it, friend. I'll let you know when things are known. But it's not much of a problem, is it? You're not too worried? It's not you're scared of him, are you?
Not so scared, but we'd really not like a whole bunch of people knowing where we're being dropped off, and we don't know who he might tell that a group of characters like ourselves are getting off somewhere. So if we could drop him off first, that would be quite helpful.
I see. Well, Jagoda didn't say this was no secret mission or nothing. She didn't take any precautions like that. Can't say I really know what to do about that, but, I guess we'll see.
I don't know if she recognized you might have other passengers, though. I thought she had booked the whole ship, had she not?
No. What she said to me is there any way that I could get you out there? And I said, well, yes, I'll be heading out there not too long. Had a regular scheduled journey. So it just kind of added you on. It wasn't anything special. I didn't know this was too all that important. What are you going out there to do? Save the world and all that? Ha ha
ha. Yeah. I think I should retire for the night. Glory, I'll see you in the morning. Yeah. Thanks, Captain.
Aye, I think you should.
What kind of weather are we expecting, Captain?
You see, he kind of looks up for a moment, puts his finger in the air, and he says, I think it's going to be a calm one. It's a good first night on a ship, if it's your first night on a ship, of course. But no, you're the expert, but you can't tell just by looking around.
Well, I don't have your experience.
You can say that again, friend. But nice to say it's not too bad this today. It'd be all right. You sleep kind as you can, a little jostling here and there, but it's not going to be too bad.
Well, Godspeed.
Aye. All right, guys. So you guys retire to the night, and this is essentially how the first 3 days of journey goes. You guys have this opportunity to kind of move back and forth between the various decks. You're finding yourselves in the cots in order to rest, and at night, sometimes during the day, you might even still be tired because you're not getting super fulfilling sleep or super restful sleep, I might say. Based on where you guys are currently at, I'm going to ask for perception checks, and I'm going to assume this is kind of where you're typically retiring to at night. So let's go ahead and start with the sleeping quarters and storage deck. Runok, Barnaby, Graham, go ahead and throw me perception checks. So Barnaby...
I just want everyone to see that I rolled over a 20 on something today. Just throwing that out there.
Very well done. What you will overhear is several of the crew here have been chatting amongst themselves. You'll overhear snippets of conversation. It seems like at least a few of them are really antsy to play this one particular dice game, but you overhear one of the other crew members say, oh, you remember the last time the captain found us playing that because of that big fist fight that broke out. He doesn't want us playing it anymore, even though it was totally on the up and up, and that guy that was a cheater is not on the crew anymore. It seems to be like a thing, but at least a handful of them, 3-4 of them, seem like they're really excited to want to play this game. Let's see, Grim and Runak. You don't see or hear anything too interesting that sort of sticks in your mind. Moving to the Bilge deck, Laud, Archgale, Caliban, and Glory. Go ahead and throw me perception checks. All right, Archgale and Glory, as you guys are retiring to your areas, I'll say more likely Archgale here. So Glory, you probably pick up on this as well, but just based on proximity, the crew member to your north here, Archgale, so this gentleman up here, he seems to keep taking that same bunk each night. And as he's sort of bundled up, very much so, like he's got this cloth over him, pulled up over his head, you can hear he kind of like does this weird inhalation snore. So like he starts and almost sounds like he's choking every now and again, and like kind of resets himself and shambles about a bit inside his cot, like trying to get comfortable. And it seems like this goes on, multiple times each night. If you're a real light sleeper, it might be something that keeps you up, but other than that, you probably sleep through it.
One of the nights, or I don't want to obviously wake him up, but maybe in the morning or right before he goes to bed, if I can catch him. Is there any way I could do a medicine check on him to see if I can like help him? Be like, oh yeah, you need to posture your head up this way so you don't close off your airway or do something like that.
As you try to approach him and like even begin to do any kind of examination, he seems like he has no interest in you. Like even if you start chatting to him, he's like, oh, got to get to work. Captain's busy. And he makes his way out, like tries to get away from you is the best you could decipher it. He just doesn't seem like he's interested in whatever it is you have to say.
Oh, okay. Well, he can die an early death then.
All right, fair enough. All right, so that's essentially how it's like 3 days or so go by. Is there anything in particular anybody is keeping an eye out for or doing during this time that we should make note of? Yeah, Grim.
Yeah, so I'm sure maybe Loud would, we meet up together and see how things are going and stuff. If Loud would explain to me what he experienced with the knucklehead, I would say, sounds like he's just some rich guy who's trying to hide his money and his status. So he's booked this shitty ship to hide from something. That's what it smells like to me.
Yeah, most likely. Also could be hiding his appearance. Spellcasters with disguised self and all that.
Well, okay. Well, I'm down in the storage area. That's time's flying. I'm getting decent sleep.
All right, Caliban.
Probably a very similar conversation with Laud, but have we seen him during the day? And so Caliban's going to start to try to take note of during the day if he's seen the guest out on deck during the day.
You pretty quickly clue in that no, you have never seen him out during the day.
He shares that suspicion with Laud and probably most of the group. Like, he's been kind of fascinated with him the whole time.
You think he's one of those? You think he's one of those vamps?
He might be.
He's awfully pasty. I've never met an actual vamp, but he's pretty pasty, and he's down during the day.
You don't want to meet one of them.
The other thing that's interesting is when he came out, he was very particular about locking his door. I wonder if one of us would try to sneak in there.
All right, as those musings hang on the air there, we'll move to Glory.
The guy we overheard, I'm going to just try to loiter around where he is.
Is this during the day or when he's trying to go to sleep?
During the day.
So during the day, he's pretty frenetic. You'll see him kind of moving between the different levels of the ship. He's doing what you assume to be typical crew member work. You can see him like grabbing various barrels, kind of shifting them over to the side, swabbing the deck. The captain or the first mate will shout orders to various crew members that are nearby. He's grabbing the sails, helping with those. It seems like he's constantly at work. There's no real rest here. One of the days you'll see he's on kitchen duty, so he's in there prepping food, making sure everybody has something to eat. You can certainly try to grab him at any of those times, like interrupt him essentially. But much like with Archgale, he doesn't seem like he wants to slow down or discuss anything. So you kind of really have to get in his way in order to have a conversation.
No, I don't want to get in his way. Does anybody interact with this guy on the ship?
Give me an insight check for that one, Glory. Yes, I will say yes. You do notice some interactions between him and the other crew members, but with a 10, you don't pick up anything out of the ordinary on that.
Okay.
All right, guys. So we've had 3 days have passed by so far. So it is on the. Oh yeah, Barnaby, did you have something to add?
Yeah, Adam. Within the first 3 days, I'll just go ahead and say that I'll use one of my channel divinities to detect undead, and I have it for 10 minutes. So I'll just walk the ship, and it'll allow me to see celestial fiends or undead. So basically, I'm just kind of like checking around. I'm going floor to floor.
Go ahead and post that for me, because I recall that is blocked by some things, if memory serves, just in case that happens to be important. Okay, so you know the location of any creature of those types in the 6 feet or so, and you know its creature type. Okay, you don't detect any of those types other than Runok.
All right, so I'll let the rest of the party know that it's all clear from those folks.
Oh. Good. Good. It's good it's not a vampire.
That would have been kind of exciting, though, wouldn't it?
I don't know if exciting's the word, but I'm glad it's not.
All right,
Maybe
folks.
he's just like a guy.
So after those 3 days of getting acclimated on the ship and seeing how things are going, the 4th day goes by mostly very similar to the previous days. You're noticing, again, a lot of activity. The crew members are doing their typical work. The captain and the first mate are kind of going out and shouting at folks every now and again when things don't seem like they're going too well. The weather has been pretty reasonable most of these days, but on the 4th day, in the middle of the day, it really picks up. The rain starts coming down and heavy winds.
Good thing I don't have to go to the bathroom.
Oh, I don't really like it in here.
I hate being on this floor now.
Over the 3 days, has Caliban picked up any more important jobs besides bailing water, or is he just he's down here bailing water?
Pretty much bailing water this whole time. The crew does not seem to be interested in giving you anything important to do, and the captain is outright dismissive if you offer. He just seems like he's not interested. All right, so as the rain begins to come down pretty strongly, and you can see that the night has fallen upon you guys. It's probably about 8 p.m. again here on the 4th night. The wind is shaking pretty hard. The ship is roiling, so it's kind of moving backward and forth. You're hearing the plink of the rain as it hits the deck, hits the crow's nest, hits various metal objects that anybody might be holding on to. You can see that the storm kicks up every now and again. You're hearing the sound of light, or thunder, I should say, beginning to crash out. At first, it seems to be a distance away, and then it seems like it picks up.
Yeah, I would offer to the captain. Hey, I can cast this hut and it'll keep us dry. We can still see out of it. Think that would be useful? Put it right on us.
You see, he looks at you and he says, "I got no idea what you're talking about. This hut you're talking. Will it move with the ship?"
It should. Actually, I have no idea how that would work.
You see, he kind of like narrows his eyes. I don't think we should be testing it out right this time. Then, if you're not sure.
All right.
I think Caliban will maybe ask the first mate who's seems to be back down here. Is this normal? Is there things we should be doing?
It should be fine. The captain's up top with the appropriate crew members. He's got things underhand for now.
It's kind of exciting. I thought I'd hate it, but it's kind of interesting.
The first time's interesting. The 150th time is yawn. All right, so it's about that 9 p.m. hour or so. Time is going to continue elapsing, of course. This night is shaky. Again, you guys see and feel, more importantly, the ship just jostling about, kind of tossing you guys back and forth. And the night continues on. So I'm going to pass a little bit of time here. I'm going to assume, again, your tokens are where they are. So assume that it's like 9:30 going into 10 p.m. at this point.
I am going to cast a bardic inspiration on the captain here to, it seems like the weather's getting a little bit rough, so that he can kind of like maintain the ship on course and stuff like that.
Okay, you will see he looks cool as a cucumber. He doesn't seem to be particularly worried, even when like the ship gets hit by a hard wave and maybe you kind of stumble or are a little bit off balance. He just seems to like go right with the flow, and his body kind of like arcs in a different way as though he's anticipating the ship's pulse, and he just kind of compensates for it, and he's okay.
Well, it makes me feel better.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we'll go into like 10:30, 11-ish at this point. You will notice the captain calls out, and you see a couple of the crew members switch. I'm not going to move tokens, but basically you can see like a couple of the crew members head on down and kind of switch places. The captain up top, looks like only Glory's still up there at the moment. Any of you that have stayed up here, you notice the captain usually seems to retire about 11 o'clock. Makes his way to his cabin, and much like on clockwork, he does just that. He mentions to the crew member behind him that he's heading in for sleep, and basically rouse him if there's any problems. And you can hear the guy be like, yeah, just like always. So the captain will make his way down and enter his quarters. All right, the rain keeps pelting down, hitting the surface here. Glory, as you're still on the main deck, go ahead and throw me a perception check. All right, Glory, you're kind of standing there, probably on the verge of saying, oh, should I head on down? What should I do here? Is it time to go to sleep? You're not quite sure. You're going to notice to your east, the water seems to be getting a bit choppier, and as you're kind of looking in that direction, maybe stifling the yawn at this point, you're going to notice a sharp piece of wood suddenly enters your vision as though it's cresting up and down. And as it gets a little bit closer, you realize there is a much smaller vessel pulling up alongside you.
I would yell, "Starboard!"
You're going to notice both of the individuals standing here. So these two folks here, they're both going to look that way, and they look back towards you, and they say, the first one says, it's okay. This is a regular shipment that's just switching off some of the supplies. It's all right. You can head on down.
Can I insight that?
You sure can. Something certainly seems off about this for sure. Even the cadence of this individual's speech just strikes your ears a little bit off.
I will say, very well, I'll see you in the morning.
And you see like this kind of stretched smile on his face as he gives you an incline of his head.
As I make my way down. Wake up.
What? What's going on?
Wake up.
Huh? What?
Something's going down.
Do you think I have time to put my armor back on?
Be quick. Wake up.
But Eva? Eva?
Wake up.
Shh. Come on. What's going on, Glory?
Hello.
His eyes are half open as you pull the blanket away from him.
Come on. Be quiet.
Oh, what's going on?
There's another vessel coming up on this boat. Somebody's lying about it up deck. Captain went to bed.
All right, Glory, as you make your way to there, so you're moving through the kitchens. As you get to this spot and you're looking north through the door that you left open, you notice a figure out on the main deck. He's kind of crouched down and he's motioning with his hand, and you're noticing other figures seem to be boarding the ship.
I will hide.
Throw me a stealth check as you attempt to hide very quickly.
I should have advantage because of the cloak.
Okay, sure. We'll assume you have that on. Okay, yes, this person does not seem to notice you.
I'll just move right there so that when everybody else comes in, I'll tell them to be sneaky.
All right, from down below, Archgale, you're standing there next to this lamplight. You're going to notice that gentleman that's been acting odd each night, that sort of inhalation, choke, cough of the air, you will see he actually kind of shakes quite a bit this time. And as he stands up, you see he looks up above deck. So he's basically looking at the wood that's a little bit over his head. That would be, you know, the ceiling of this deck. And you see this large smile spreads on his face. And as it does so, you're going to see his form actually changes.
I don't like that. Dude, the big question is, was I able to get my armor on?
Well, what type of armor do you have?
Half plate.
So that would be medium armor. I believe that's a minute or 5
Yeah.
minutes to dawn. I can't remember.
I think it's 5 to dawn, medium, 10 for heavy, if I remember right.
Yep, I just looked that up. Medium armor is 5 minutes to dawn. So I'm going to say no to that, Archgale. I'm going to say it's probably been 2 minutes. So you'd have like 3 minutes in that period of time. Now, where you're standing, obviously you're right next to a light source. And I assume you're making kind of some noise here, but you're trying to be quiet. But you're definitely making some noise trying to strap this half plate on.
I'm gonna try to put on my armor as quickly as possible now.
All right, fair enough. So you're kind of trying to do just that. Based on this being sort of more of a tense moment, and I'm going to go ahead and put us into initiative order. Let me actually just open the initiative tracker, and I'll probably have to clear it, so bear with me. All right, so that is cleared. So I'm going to ask that you guys go ahead and roll your initiatives. for this encounter. All right, so that is all of those folks. And let's see, we've got one person who has alert. So if you want to offer to switch your initiative with somebody.
No, I'm good.
All right, initiative has been sorted. Unfortunately for you, Archie, the guy who's closest to you is the one who won initiative. Let me go ahead and put on a little bit of up-tempo music. That's going to blend well with our weather music here. Alrighty, so what you're going to notice, Archgale, as this gentleman is going to step out from this area. As he does so, you can't get a really good sight of him because of where this light fixture is. It's kind of casting light in sort of a cone, you might say, and it's not in the area that you're trying to see really well. But you can hear more than anything the sound of, it sounds like him rustling perhaps with the crew member in the cot. You don't hear the sound of like a fight, but you can almost hear the sound of like a rustling. All right, moving over to the next one in the initiative order. All right, this individual is going to make their way into the kitchens. So, Glory, they don't spot you. They're going to step into this square here. I'm assuming you're kind of like leaning up against the back wall as best as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't spot you immediately. They enter the room proper, and as best you can tell, this looks like a humanoid fish kind of person. You're going to notice at that point, they're going to kind of start looking around and lifting their head, and you get the impression of sort of like smelling, that sort of thing. Because this person's literally like right next to you, I'm going to ask you to make another stealth check. I'm going to say this would normally be at disadvantage because you're like in plain sight. Because of the cloak, that'll make it even, but go ahead and throw a stealth check. All right, so that is a 14. We'll see if they can see you or not. They do not. So you'll notice they kind of move about here, looking in different areas, and are going to end their turn making their way back here. Okay, Runak.
Runak will, I guess, just follow behind to this. This goes to the upstairs, right?
That is going to take you up to the kitchens, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. He'll make sure that everyone's awake down here, though, I guess. If something's going on. So I'll yell out, "Hey, everybody! Wake up! Wake up!"
All right, as that call goes out, the storm's pretty loud, so you can't say that everybody has heard you, but at least the people nearest by you have heard you.
Okay. All right. I see that guy, so bonus action, I summon my greatsword. I rush out here and I attack him.
All right, you charge forth and you attack. Yeah, go ahead and make your attack. That will hit. All right, as your blade strikes into him and wounds him, you see he goes into a frenzy.
Ooh. Well, now with Thirsting Blade, I attack again.
All right. Yes, that will manage to hit as well.
And he goes into a double frenzy.
Wow,
Alright.
big damage. Holy crow.
Yeah, your blade scores into him twice, chopping him up savagely.
And that is the end of my turn. That's all I can do.
All right, as you struck him a couple of times, you see he raises his mouth, and you hear this strange, like, rattle comes out of his gullet and seems to echo over the main deck here. Grim.
I don't think I was awoken, right, by Glory?
I don't know. I wasn't tracking that because I had to take care of some tokens up top. So, Glory, did you go to Grim and wake him?
Well, I don't remember. I don't think so, actually.
All right, Grim, throw me a perception check. Again, I'm going to say because the ship is kind of tossing and turning and so forth. I was going to tell you the DC, which was a 12. So, unfortunately, you did not wake up. All right, we move back to here. There is going to be some sound that comes from up above, but I don't think any of you guys are really close enough to hear it, so we're going to move to Laud.
All right, I'll walk up the stairs as falling. I can't see anything, so I'm just going to cast mirror image on myself, and that'll be my turn.
Okay, you step into the kitchens and cast your spell. All right, again, we've got some more noise coming from up top. And we'll move to Caliban's turn.
I'd really like to fight in my armor one of these days and not my skivvies, but it is what it is. He will grab his shield from under the cot. And then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will cast Blade Ward on myself.
Okay.
My turn. Oops, did not click. Try that again. There we go.
All right, another one is going to rush on into the room. Once again, here, Glory, since they're right next to you, another stealth check, please.
All right, Laud does have a light spell on.
Yeah, so because your original check was so good, I'm assuming they don't automatically spot you. I'm just giving them another check. Yeah, he just, whatever reason, he kind of steps in and just moves right past you. Does see Laud, though, so he's rushing right towards Laud. As he gets up to here, Laud, you're going to notice fish humanoid creature. It's going to move up, and it's going to lash out at you with its claws. 23, that is going to hit.
Yep, well, it will. I need to roll for the mirror image on that, so it's a bunch of D3s, or sorry, D6s, 3
I thought it
D6s,
was,
and
thought it was a D20, and you roll, and if it's higher than a certain number, then it hits one of the images?
it used to be. It got mechanically changed, so you roll 3 D6s, and if any of them are 3 or above, then
okay.
It's that instead. Yep. I'll roll that. 1 sec. So that would hit one of them, and that would absorb the attack.
All right, so yeah, so that will destroy one of the duplicates. So yeah, it slashes out, hits one of your duplicates, which goes away. Okay, move to Barnaby.
All right, Adam, I did cast Blade Ward prior to you putting us in combat mode. Does that count? It was like right before that.
I'm going to say no, because that has a verbal component. I didn't catch that in chat, so had you done that, that could have changed things.
All right, not a problem. I'm going to go ahead and I will go ahead and don my shield then.
Okay.
And I am going to then instead, so I can get a then instead of Blade Ward, I'll go ahead and cast, let's see, the other one, right? So I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith instead.
Okay, bonus action. And just quick reminder, guys, when you're casting your spells, using that macro to post your remaining slots.
I'm sorry, post which one for remaining slots? Are we still doing that?
So you remember there was the button on the top. So what we're not doing anymore is the resource reporting, where you had to click resource reporting and like type in what it is. But I created that little easy macro for you guys, where it was like your spells. So you just click it and it just posts the whole list.
Where it says Barnaby spells?
Yes.
All right, and I'm assuming, did you see my message that I sent you yesterday regarding my paladin spells versus my warlock spells? Just to let you know what's going on.
I did. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to look into that, but I'll trust that you're
No,
managing those.
Yeah, that's fine. I just want to let you know what's going on and everything behind the scenes, just because obviously it can make a difference, right? And I'll yell, "Something's going on! I think we've got some enemies on the ship."
All right, Archgale.
Oh, okay. Well, this is definitely not going to be happening. Okay, I'm gonna have to shrug on the armor, and I will action grab my shield and put it on, and interact with object, grab my sword. And then movement. Can I go through the bunk, or do I need to like move around it?
You can move through it. Yeah, it's not like really much of an obstruction.
Okay. 5, 10. And then to get to the stairs here, is it going up like this way, or is it going up this way, or does it matter?
It goes up this way, so you would have to
Okay.
at least do. I mean, you could do that, I would say, but you wouldn't be able to climb them like that.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. All right, movement time. And is it just going to be 5 feet to get up, like the teleport and all that?
Yeah, so if you put your cursor on there, on the icon, it tells you it's 5 feet of extra speed to use that teleporter.
That is awesome. Nice work. All right, so I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, and then it will be 25 to go up to the next room.
Okay.
And then 30. And oh, hi, Caliban. There's something down there. It is really horrifying. I think he's eating the other crew. And I end my turn.
All right, quick reminder, guys. Those macros, I think for most of you guys, I put them on the top. But yeah, so that one for you, Laud, was already created. I see that it's shared to you, but I don't think it's set as a token action. Yeah, it's not set as a token action, but you can click that one and just put it on your bar on the bottom. That's probably easier because unfortunately, when I put them as token actions, they're for me as well. So yeah, I see all of them. All right, good deal. All right, this guy here, hearing the shouting, he's going to make his way over to the kitchens as well. And then Glory, once again, another stealth check. Yeah, it does not see you as you try to rob him. He's going to step right past you, and he's going to attack Laud with those claws. Critically hitting Laud.
So that's a crit, so I think I can still do the mirror image thing, right? The way that I understand the spell.
I have to read it. I didn't see anything about, like, it doesn't work on crit, so as far as I know.
Yeah, that's the way I understand it. It just says when you get hit, so I'll post it again.
Yeah, it doesn't say, like, crits automatically bypass or anything, so yeah, I would agree.
Alright, so 2 d4s coming. Or sorry, d6s. It looks like it'll hit one of them.
All right, so the claws tear into another duplicate, destroying that duplicate. All right, then we move to Glory's turn.
I'm going to rage and attack this one.
Is this the one just to your south?
Yeah, the one I'm flanking with Lod.
All right, you swing out with the halberd, but perhaps because of the limited quarters here, you're not able to get a good swing, and that's going to miss. The second attack will manage to connect, though.
Alright, I did fix this, so it has everything factored in.
All right, as you slash into him solidly, you're going to see he goes into a rage.
That is my turn.
All right, some more noise from up top. More noise from up top. All right. Probably don't hear much down here. So we'll move to this one's turn. All right, Runak, you are now in combat with an enraged creature. So because he's enraged, he gets to make this attack at advantage, and it's going to deal some extra damage if it hits. So that's going to be a 22 to hit you, which of course is going to hit. And that is going to deal 12 points of slashing damage as it cuts into you. And then it is your turn, Runak.
Okay. Runak doesn't like that. He's again going to swing his greatsword.
$17 will hit. All right, your blade cuts into him, wounding him. Hitting a second time as well. Yeah, you're chopping him up quite solidly. He's looking wounded.
All right, and then, yeah, I guess I will do Armor of Agathis. Cast that 3rd level.
All right, you conjure up the Armor of Agathis. It's a bonus action.
I don't know why that doesn't have my 3rd level slot, but anyways. And that's the end of my turn. As I'm just slugging it out, but I will like yell out like, "Help! They're attacking us up here!"
Yeah, I think there's something weird with Warlock slots, but I feel like that worked for you before. We'll have to check that out in the downtime. All right, moving to Grim. Grim, go ahead and throw a perception check at advantage, DC 12. All right, yes, you are awoken at this point.
Okay, giant orc in his tidy whities is going to wake up, hear the noise, stand up from prone for 15 feet of movement, go, and then going to grab his shield and don it with an action, then free action, pick up the Morning Star, and then move 5, 10, 15 to there.
What the hell's going on?
Sounds like fighting upstairs, and Archgale says there's a monster down below.
Oh, God.
All right, we move over to this one's turn, so there's going to be some movement. And some more movement. Okay, Laud, your turn. 1 image left.
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage. Oh, I don't want to be
Okay.
here. And 5, 10, 15, 20. I can't see like anything in here. I don't know if that's accurate, but I have light on. I can't see like 3 feet from me.
Your light did not work, so that's why.
Can
Turn it
I?
on real quick.
Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, I couldn't see anything. I had no idea what I was doing. Okay, I probably don't really want to be here, but there's nowhere else to go. So I guess I'm just gonna move there, and then I will bonus action cast Bardic Inspiration on Runok, and that will be my turn.
Thank you.
All right, some more movement. Okay, Caliban.
Grim, deal with whatever's Archie's monster downstairs. I'll help the guys upstairs. And I will use my action to actually put my shield on this time, because I only grabbed it last time.
Okay.
So 20.
Welcome to the party. It's serving seafood.
Yeah, it looks like you guys are having fun up here. I will action surge. Sort these out better, but there it is. Take that off, so that I can move to here and attack this one directly beside me.
Okay.
I want to action surge. Is that still 2 attacks or just a single attack?
Yep, you get 2 attacks. Yes, your blade will indeed find purchase in the creature. That will wound him and put him into a rage.
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Good to know. That's...
It's not fun. It makes him hit harder.
Yes, that will hit as well.
I like this new sword. And I will end my turn there.
Yep, and if I didn't mention it before, Runok, when you hit this guy twice again, he went, of course, went into a rage. All right, after you strike him, Caliban, he's going to turn around and strike back at you. So he's going to attack you with his Frenzied Claws. These are at advantage. So that's going to be an 18 to hit Caliban. AC 14, that will connect.
Can I use my reaction to shield that?
You sure can. Go ahead and burn that slot.
Yeah.
And then we will move to Barnaby.
All right, I'm going upstairs. I don't know. All right, seeing that I've got the flank with Glory, I will go ahead and attack with my Moonsteel Rapier.
Okay. Yes, that will connect. And yes, as you strike him, he's going into a rage.
I thought they're already all in a rage, right? You know?
Isn't that
All
the
right.
one I was already hitting at him? That's the one I was punching too.
The rage only lasts for their next turn.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, I see. Got it.
I'm going to go ahead and attack again because of Vex. This one here is at advantage.
23 will hit.
All right, and Adam, if he does not go down, I will use a Divine Smite on him.
He looks far from down.
I was just gonna say I don't think the bars are moving, but they are. They're just that tough. Oh no.
Yes, that will wound him as well. He's looking somewhat hurt.
All right, Adam, and it didn't take away my spell slot, so I did so manually just to let you know.
All right.
And that'll end my turn.
Okay, move to Archgale.
Just so everyone go upstairs. That's where I'm gonna go.
Did you say there's somebody down there?
There is. Should we go take care of that?
Yeah, like, we're split.
Okay. Then I guess I'll go back downstairs. So that's gonna be 10. 15. 20, 25. All right, now that this is the first time I have seen him. What am I looking at?
Not a very pleasant sight. He's humanoid, clearly, but there's some kind of deformities in his face and long black wispy hair. Those jaws don't look very inviting.
Hmm. What I said was that 25? Let me measure really quickly.
I believe that's what you said was 25.
15. It's okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and cast whatever that spell is. Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
And he should be within my range of that.
15-foot emanation, yep.
Okay. And Wisdom saving throw.
All right, wisdom saving throw. He is going to fail that save.
Okay, here comes Radiant.
All right, he is struck with some radiant damage and wounded. Now, I'm assuming, hang on, let me just see how this is worded this time. Okay, so when you cast a spell, you can designate creatures to be unaffected by it. So who are you designating?
The the other two sailors, and then all of my friends. Or I guess all of the sailors who don't look like they want to eat me, but
So all of the sailors. So the reason I'm being particular on this is I feel like this is one of those spells that's pretty powerful on its own. So I think this is supposed to be kind of one of the limiting factors of it. So precisely, you're saying the sailors. So basically, any of the green token guys that you saw.
correct. And I was upstairs for a second, so none of them looked like they were trying to eat me yet. I'm going to just say them and my friends.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. That is my action. I don't have any bonus action things I can do, so I will end my turn.
All right, moving up to this one's turn. He is currently raging, and he is going to go ahead and attack Glory. So this is at advantage. 23, that's going to hit Glory. It's going to be 5 points of slashing damage to Glory. And Glory.
Bonus action, Celestial Revelation. And I'm going to go with Necrotic Shroud. So these three creatures have to make a DC 11 Charisma save or be frightened until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
Or the end of my next turn.
All right, the first one is indeed frightened. The other two are not.
Okay, I'm going to attack the one I'm flanking. And I'm going to do it recklessly.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well since they're going to attack you anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
That will certainly hit.
Add 3 necrotic.
3 necrotic from what?
The necrotic shroud.
Is there other text to that? Ah, okay, got it. I'll take an extra 3 off.
Alright, second attack.
Yes, that will certainly hit. And you wound him a second time.
In my turn.
All right, we hear some more movement. All right, guys, that puts us at the top of the next round. We're a little way over halfway through the session so far. Let's go ahead and pause here, take our 15-minute break.
See you on a bit.
Sounds good.
All right, we are in the second half of our session, team. You guys are currently in this battle aboard the Osprey. Let's get you back over there. And incoming all of our weather sound effects.
I sound like I'm back in Seattle again, Adam. Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
It sounds like Seattle. I like it. Okay, so we're at the top of the round. Let me go ahead and get my battle music back on as well. All right, there we are. So top of the round, we are down below. All right, seeing this spell effect that you've thrown on him, he is going to cast a spell in response to that one there, Archie. And he is going to go with... Yeah, he's going to break out his big gun because he doesn't like the fact that you've got him in this effect. So he's going to step back to here, and then he is going to conjure up an ice storm that is going to hit right centered on you. So Archie, I'll need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Okay, you are
Inspiration.
going to... Okay. All right, you'll succeed on the save, suffering half damage. All right, so that will be 7 bludgeoning and 8 cold for a total of 15 points of damage.
Con save with advantage coming out.
Okay.
That's for concentration, right?
Yes. All right, as he hits this to you, and then he sees that you don't lose concentration, he is going to rush up next to you quite angrily.
I think that re-triggers the spell, doesn't it?
I think it says when you push the aura onto it or when it ends its turn, maybe? Double check what it says.
Yep, it's when it ends its turn there.
Yep, yeah, so go ahead. So yeah, it's a wisdom save.
Yep, 16.
All right, it's going to succeed on that, so go ahead and post damage. It'll take half. All right, it's going to take 6 damage. All right, we move over to this one who's currently raging. He is going to...
Adam.
Yep.
Did he have to make a con saving throw for Ice Storm?
I did.
The creature did not. There is no concentration on Ice Storm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, thanks. I was
No.
thinking there was.
No worries. All right, this one is going to attack Runok at advantage.
I'm gonna spend a luck to give it disadvantage, so basically make it flat.
Okay, so this will be a flat roll. 20, I believe, is still going to hit you. Yep.
Can I react to that to give him cutting words to potentially make it miss?
Sure. Yeah, if you want to do that.
All right, do that. So that's it should be a D8 right now. Do I roll it? All right, yeah, I guess I roll it, not.
Yeah, so you roll it. Yep. Okay, so that drops it to a 15, which will be just enough to make that miss. Okay,
Excellent.
Runok.
Okay. Runok's just gonna keep doing what he's doing until one of these things dies. You gotta go, buddy.
Yes, 18 will hit. That will wound him once again.
I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
Because this fails, right? To hit.
No, that hits.
Oh, does Bardic Inspiration, do I have to fail to use it, Lod?
I don't believe so, but you said you wanted to use it, so I wasn't going to stop you. But yeah, that hits.
Yeah, you can use it whenever, I guess. But you probably should use it when you fail to make it pass.
Oh yeah, when the creature fails the D20 test.
All right, that hits.
All right.
All right, you
14 points.
slash him up once again. Yeah, he's looking badly hurt.
And that's the end of my turn. I'm not leaving until this one dies.
Okay, Grim.
Okay. 5, 10, 15. I'd like to use my action to make sure I wake up the first mate. Wake up! Run to attack! Get up! And use my action to do so, please.
All right. I will say, as you get closer to her, you see she's kind of in the process of rousing already. You don't have to use your action because she is awake.
Okay. Okay. Run to attack downstairs! Alert everybody! Now I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. And then bonus action, Adrenaline Rush. I'll take a click off of that. I have 2 uses left. And I will go 5, 10, 15.
All right, as you enter here, Grim, you're going to notice that all around you is chunky rocks of ice and snow, making this difficult terrain.
Okay, that's fun. Okay. And that's... So then 25. That's my movement and bonus action. That's what I got, Archie.
All right,
You
we
two's better than one.
move over to this one's turn. It's got a couple of targets to pick from. It is going to choose to attack Caliban. 13 is going to miss as it tries to slash with those claws. Okay, we move to Laud.
All right, I'm gonna point out at this one and call it, "Ha! You're an ugly fishman, and Runok's gonna murder you." Vicious
All
mockery.
right. Wisdom saving throw. Here it comes. It is going to fail that.
All right, so 7, and then it'll have disadvantage on its next attack.
All right, it is psychically scarred.
And that'll be my turn.
All right, some other stuff going on up top. Caliban.
Caliban's just gonna slash into the one that's right beside him here.
Nice,
Oh.
that'll hit.
Well, first of the night.
All right, maximum plus a bleed plus normal. Go ahead and post your damage.
Oh, nice.
Just do a regular roll damage there.
Yep, just regular, and then we'll calculate what your max is. All right, so you rolled an 8, and your max is 8, so that's 16 plus 4 is 20 points of damage, and then a bleed effect.
Oh, he stays up. Holy crow. All right. Let's see if we can max this guy out.
That'll hit as well.
Mention I love this new sword. This new sword's great.
And with that slash, you manage to drop the creature.
Runok, how you doing down there?
I'm in a real duel.
I can't get an angle. I'm gonna stay right where I'm at. In my turn. Here.
Okay, Barnaby's turn.
We got him at the flank. Let's take advantage of it. Let's kill him.
Yes, that will connect. Your blade wounds him and puts him into a rage.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and attack him again. This time it's at advantage.
That'll hit as well.
All right, I'm going to Divine Smite him again after this here.
All right, the blade clashes into him, sparks up with some divine energy, wounding him. Okay, move to Archgale's turn.
Perfect. Just as a quick heads up, it doesn't change anything, but it is whenever the creature enters or ends its turn there. But it can
Okay.
only occur once per turn.
Got it. Okay.
So even if he jumps in and out, it won't work. All right, I'm gonna cast command and command him to grovel.
Okay, command. This is a wisdom saving throw. Yes, he will fail this, and he will have to follow the command. So he has the prone condition and ends... Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Oh, follow the command on his next turn, so not yet.
Yep, and... So I assume that means if I walk away right now, he can still attack me.
The command has not taken effect.
Okay, then I end my turn.
Okay. All right, we move to this one's turn, who's currently raging, but also frightened. He's going to turn his attentions to Barnaby there and attack out. So this will be a straight-up attack. 20 to hit Barnaby. And it looks like that's going to connect. That's going to be 19 points of damage to Barnaby through the Frenzied Claws. Okay, move to Glory.
I'm going to attack this one recklessly.
Okay. And that's the same one you've been attacking, right?
Yeah, the one I'm flanking with Barnaby.
Okay, the Reckless will make it hit.
+3 necrotic.
Okay, that will wound him and put him back into a rage.
Second attack.
That will also hit. All right, wounding him a second time as the halberd slashes at his side.
Polearm strike.
That'll connect as well. Slamming into his upper torso.
Ends my turn.
Okay, we move to this one's turn. He is going to go ahead and push on in. All right, as he does so, he's got multiple targets. He is going to choose Barnaby. So Barnaby, he attacks you. But his claws don't manage to get through your defenses there. All right, at the top of the round, before that guy's turn. Alrighty, that guy's turn. Okay, so he must now grapple, so he goes prone and then ends his turn. And then by doing that, he has to make the save again. He will succeed on that, so half damage there, Archgale. Okay, so those spirits wound him a bit. Alright, this one's turn. He is going to... Well, let's see. He is currently frenzied. Yeah, he's going to risk it for the biscuit here. So he's going to go ahead and make his attack against Runok at advantage.
It should be regular because of the disadvantage from the Vicious Mockery.
All right, yep, good call. So that is going to miss. Once he misses, he's going to jump overboard. Runak, you can take your opportunity attack if you wish.
Sure.
That will miss. All right, he jumps overboard and sinks below the waves. And we move to Runak's turn.
I think you guys had this. What about the others? Are they still underneath?
Grim and Archie's downstairs.
Now, can I go diagonally through there, or do I have to? Because I don't want to prompt an opportunity attack by this one if I can't. Don't have to.
There's no space to go diagonally east, if that's what you're asking.
So from here, though, can I go?
Oh, no, sorry.
There?
That'd be going through the wall.
Okay. So from here, I guess I will just attack them, so I don't rather kill them than get opportunity attacked.
Okay, and which one are you directing your attack at?
The hurt one that's getting flanked
Okay,
are the other two.
that'll certainly hit.
Oh, nice.
All right, yeah, same as Callie just had. So go ahead and post your regular damage. We'll calculate that out.
Okay.
All right, so you're rolling 2d6, so your max would be 12. And then you rolled a 6, that's 18, plus your mod of 7, 25 points of damage. And then he also has a bleed effect of a d8.
Okay. And since I crit, I can take a bonus action attack, I'm pretty sure.
That sounds like a great weapon master thing.
Yeah, I can't find it right. Oh, yeah, right here. Hugh. Immediately after I score a critical hit with melee weapon, attack with a bonus action. So if it's not dead, I'm attacking the same one with my bonus action.
Yeah, it is not dead, and that will miss.
Okay. And then I'll use my extra attack to try to hit one last time. Oh
That
no.
one will also not hit.
And that's the end of my turn. I was going to go down, but I can't get below decks.
All right, move over to Grimm's turn.
All right, 5, no, 10, 20.
So at the end, when he stopped gravel, or when he ended his turn, the ice melted away.
Oh, okay. I can easily move in the flank then, I think. Is that a wall there? Hold up.
That is a wall.
Oh, I'll go the other way. 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright. Hell hath no fury than an orc in his underwear. He's prone, so I'm going to send it all. This is send it all with advantage and flank.
26 will hit.
Actually, I'm going to roll this normal.
All right, your Morning Star crashes into him.
Alright, second attack.
That'll hit.
There we go. Now I'm going to
Nice.
use my Savage Attacker die. Let me hit the thing first. I always do it.
All right, twice as many damage rates, and the next attack creature. Okay, that won't count because he's already prone. So just throw me. So let's see. You did Savage Attacker. Just roll another d8. All right, so I'm going to add that together. It looks like 14 points of damage.
Okay, action surge. Now we'll attack 2 more times.
That will hit.
And 4th attack.
That'll hit as
Oh.
well. All right, same one. Go ahead and roll that up.
Okay. Since I already used Savage Attacker, I'll just do standard crit damage.
Oh, okay, that's with the crit. All right, that works.
And that was a 19 I critted him with. Okay. That's my turn.
All right, you have beat him up quite a bit there with the Morning Star. He is still groveling there, wounded. All right, this guy's got a couple targets. He's going to focus on Callie still. Here comes a claws attack. 22 to hit. That is going to hit.
Nothing I can do about that.
Claws tear into you for 17 points of damage.
Oh.
Okay, we move to Laud.
All right, I'll take a step over, and then I guess I'm going to try to finish this one out. Take out my crossbow and fire a shot with True Strike.
All right, you aim a difficult shot in between your allies there. Go ahead and make your attack. Unfortunately, that is going to miss.
All right, can't really do anything else, so I guess that's my turn. And my turn.
Sorry,
All right.
Save for my blade ward there.
Okay. All right, those of you close to the door, so those of you that are, Glory, probably Caliban, you're noticing some more activity here out in the main deck. And then Caliban, it is your turn.
Yeah, we're sort of getting swamped here. He's going to start turning his efforts to this one right in front of him again. That filled the gap of the last one.
Good thing you never miss. That helps.
That is certainly going to connect. You said one right in front of you, so yeah, that'll slash, hit, and wound him.
Who said that? Who said that?
What a jinx.
Nobody, no gnome said that. Sorry.
Do I need to roll the fumble?
No, fumble only counts on the first roll.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so the 12 damage there, and I think that is all I can do. I'm going to end my turn.
All right, Barnaby, your turn. I'm going to move this guy real quick. He's got a weird artifact on him. That is so strange. Okay. There's like
I want the artifact. I want the artifact.
No, I don't think you guys can see it, but on my screen there's a weird floating 8 here, and I didn't know what it was, and it's not connected to him. No matter. It's just a roll 20 glitch. Go ahead.
All
we
right,
can see
what?
That's the bleed on the next one over for
Yes. No, that one's there. I see that, but for some reason it's also the random same 8 as like the guy right next to him. I'm not sure what it is.
Well, I'm taking my shot at the wounded guy.
All right. I assume you're taking a stab. Yes, that will connect. And 13 is exactly how much you needed to drop him, and he goes down bloody.
All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and the guy that's missing the artifact now. Now on Vex and everything, I think with Vex it's only the same person, right?
Against that creature, correct.
Yep. All right, so I'll just take the flank here and I'll go and attack this guy.
Okay. Yes, 18 will hit.
All right, and I'm going to go ahead and use another Divine Smite spell.
All right, your
Yay,
blade
that
punctures
was worth
in
it.
and blasts off some radiant energy, wounding him.
Don't let me have all the glory here.
All right.
Glory,
and
you
to
can
your
have the
turn,
glory.
Okay. Oh, I have a bizarre, silly question. So he is prone, but attacking with like a ranged attack this close invokes disadvantage. Would those two things cancel out and just become normal?
So the disadvantage on prone is only if you're more than 5 feet away from them. If you're within 5 feet, it's at advantage.
Okay, I see. I see. Um. So if I use a ranged attacks, let's say like for instance firebolt, it doesn't invoke like disadvantage.
Well, if you're casting Firebolt, that means you're casting in melee, which means that's at disadvantage, but then he's prone, so you're getting advantage, which means it's a wash, it's even.
Okay, that's what I was asking. All right. Because that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm not gonna do.
That is going to miss.
Okay. Well, that's action. Don't think there's anything I want to do. My bonus action. I'm pretty happy here, so I'll end my turn.
Okay, move up to Glory's turn.
I'm gonna attack that one recklessly.
All right, I'm assuming that's the wounded one. Go ahead. Yep, that will hit.
No. The one right here, closest to the door.
Closest to the door. Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing pings for some reason, so yeah, go ahead and that one does connect.
+3 necrotic.
All right, Halberd
Okay.
slashes into that one, wounding it badly. That one will miss.
Recklessly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you declare that beforehand?
I thought recklessly was the whole round.
Yes. Did you declare that on your first attack? If you did, I didn't hear you.
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay, then yep, that'll hit. All right, Halberd slashes into him a second time, wounding him again.
Pole arm strike.
Yes, that will hit a third time. Buttressing him with the end of the halberd. All right. Let's see. From up top. Okay, through the sounds of the storm and everything going on there, you guys will hear and see Glory, Barnaby, Caliban, Runak, and Laud. You're going to see a bright flash of red out in this area. Fire singes the air.
That can't be good.
No. They're just lighting our ship on fire. We gotta put it out. Someone's throwing a fireball at them.
All right, after the big blast of fire, we then move to this one's turn. All right, he is enraged because of the damage that he took. He's attacking Glory. This will be at advantage.
It's also sapped, so I think that's normal.
Okay, you sapped him. All right. 22 is going to hit Glory. That's going to deal 7 points of slashing damage to Glory. All right, we move to the top of the round with this guy. He's going to spend half of his movement to stand up. he is going to reach into the pouch at his side, grabbing this crystal, this like gem-looking object, and he is going to crash that on the ground next to him. As he does so, you're going to notice this sort of bluish mist is going to rise next to him and form into a creature. And then he is going to cast a spell. And then he's going to move. All right, so Archgale, do you have a weapon in your hand, or do you want to take an opportunity attack?
Yeah, but I'm going to. Let me double check. I have Warcaster, so I can cast a spell. I think it's a cantrip, isn't it? In lieu of attacking.
You'd have to check the wording. It might just be one action.
Yeah, it has to be an individual spell at one target, so you can't cast an AoE kind of thing.
Okay, gotcha. So, but it doesn't necessarily state here. I'll post it as well. It doesn't state it has to be a cantrip, so I can just cast a spell.
Correct. Yep. So it must have the cast time of one action and must target only that creature.
Okay, so when he gets out of my range, I would like to cast command at him.
Okay.
And command him to grovel.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
And roll it again, please. All right. Yes, your grovel does indeed go through. Here comes his saving throw. He does not grovel. He continues moving out of the way. Please make sure to burn that spell slot. He is going to then end his turn there. Okay, we move to Runak.
Okay. I'm just going to keep swinging at these guys.
All right, the guy just here north. Okay, yep, he's a bit wounded.
Yep.
That time you will miss.
All right, second attack. You know what? I'll use Lucky on this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do still have the Bardic Inspiration. You know what? I'll spend the Bardic Inspiration instead.
Okay.
On that first attack.
Okay.
So that's a D8, right, Lon?
Okay, 15 will hit.
Aha.
All right, the great sword slashes in and wounds the creature.
Okay. One more.
Yes, that will hit as well.
Yeah. Hey, Adam, do I get a chance to swing?
Sure, give me a wisdom saving throw.
You just assumed I was going to fail. I get it.
I did, yes, and you did. So, no, you cannot swing at him.
Dang.
Wait, that's a check, not a save.
Do you have a big bonus to wisdom saves? Like really big
Oh,
bonus?
no.
Really big bonus?
No. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. It's a +1 either way.
So, yeah,
Thanks,
that's gonna
guys.
fit. Good. Yeah, I was trying. Okay, sorry, Runak, you slashed out. You connected twice. Anything else on your turn?
I'm really curious. There's no way to get past these guys to get out of here.
You could get past one of them, so you could tumble or overrun and move through one of their spaces. So, yeah, I guess there is a way. You could go like this and then like that. You'd have to use an action or bonus action. You only have a bonus action left to attempt to either tumble or overrun, and then you could get out there.
Yeah, I'll do that with my bonus action.
All right, and what would you like to try, tumble or overrun?
And that's either athletics or acrobatics.
Yep, exactly.
I'll do tumble.
All right, so go ahead and throw me an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
All right, so basically what happens here is you move into Barnaby space, You try to dance through this guy's space, but you fail. He pushes you back into Barnaby's space. Use 5 feet of movement, but you're currently sharing Barnaby's space. What would you like to do?
I will back to my original space.
All right, that's going to provoke an opportunity attack from the one at the door. So as you enter his space and then leave his space, he's going to slash out at you. All right, he's been in a rage, so unfortunately this will be frenzied. 16 is going to just hit.
I will react to that with my my bardic cutting words.
Okay, and that's just an automatic -1 at least, so that'll cause a fail. Remind me how many cutting words or bardic inspirations you have left?
I have 1 left, so I've used 3 in combat, and I used 1 on the captain at the beginning.
Okay, 1 left. Got it. All right, anything else on your turn here, Runak? As those claws miss you.
I'll say, all right, well, I guess I'm going down underneath then. And I will rush over to this.
Okay, so you went through Caliban's space and then entered the stairs. So as you leave the stairs, I'm not going to count that as an opportunity attack, 'cause that's kind of a half wall there. So, okay, you're good.
Okay. You can if you want to.
No, because there's like a half wall there. I don't think it makes too much sense that he'd be able to hit you there.
Okay. No worries. All right. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, so I think I got you at 25 feet of movement, or do you want to stay right where you're at?
You know what? I will move 1 more just to get off the teleporter.
All right, feel free to do so, and then we get to Grimm's turn.
All right, 5 feet of movement here. That's a door behind him, right?
There is no door here, only a set of stairs going up. You see no doors.
Behind the bad guy, though.
There is not a door there, no.
Oh, I don't see any stairs. Okay, so he can't move any further to the north.
He could, yeah, but there's no door there. He could take a step here, and I guess if he
it's a
really...
walkway.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bonus action force my way past him, overrun.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to overrun him. He's going to try to block you. Giving me an athletics check. And you said you were doing this as a bonus action?
Yeah.
So you're going to attempt to do so. Actually, that modifier is wrong. It should be 1 higher. So yeah, you are not going to be able to push through.
Okay, then I will just attack him then, twice.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oops.
You attempt to attack him, but there's some magic here that's preventing you from hitting him.
I don't want to hit him, Archie. It's like Sanctuary at a whole nother level.
And yes, it's not mental. It's not like you don't want him. It's just like you just can't.
Yeah, it is. He's so cute. So if I try to attack again, do I need to do a wisdom save, or is it done for the turn?
Oh, good question. Let me do a double check. I know this is different depending on the version.
Hey, Bill, make a note that I had a good question.
And Bill had a good roll. I mean, it's a totally random night.
My gosh, this is going down in history. I'm going to watch that video twice.
Okay, so it says, or either choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So I'm going to say the attack means that, yeah, I would say that means you can make your second attack. So, yep, once again, you attempt to attack him, you just can't.
Archie, is this so darn cute?
All right, we move to this guy's turn. He is currently frenzied, got a few different targets. He is going after Glory this time. 21 against Glory, that's going to hit. All right, 6 slashing damage to Glory. And we move to Laud.
Alright, I'll start by taking a couple steps back, and then I'm going to use Lucky to get advantage on a shot at this guy with True Strike.
This guy, again, for some reason I'm not seeing pings. Is this guy straight ahead?
The one directly in front of me. It's kind of in the center of everybody.
Okay, sure. So attack at advantage. 22, yeah, that'll hit. All right, that strikes in, Woundinu.
All right, and that will end my turn.
All right, we move to this guy's turn. Okay, Caliban. Oh, Keith, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, weird. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No.
How about now? Weird. Okay. Push and talk button not working great. I know you said there's a half wall between us here. Can I see the one that's next to Glory, the one that he's been fighting?
You can, yep. So just to...
Yeah. Fair enough. Can I, if I'm looking across these two, can I gauge which is more injured of the two?
Looking based on their green bars, can you see the green bars of them or no?
I can't. That's the problem.
Fair enough. I would say this guy looks a little bit more injured than this guy.
Okay, perfect. I will attack the one that's between Barnaby and myself.
Okay. $25, yeah, that'll hit. 27, actually. All right, longsword slashes down, catches him in the arm. 16 will also hit. All right, that one catches him in the thigh. He's bleeding from multiple locations.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna see how the. I guess Runok went down, didn't he? Yeah, Runok's already down. I'll end my turn there. Maybe next turn I'll try to get somebody topside. I will end my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
All right, I have advantage on this here because of my last hit.
All right, and I'm sorry, which target is that?
I'm sorry, the one that I got the flank on.
Okay, all right, that certainly hits.
And this time here, let's see if my Divine Smite is worth it.
9 points of damage. Oh,
Better
you didn't
than
roll
the
the base damage yet, though.
Oh, well, I don't know if that's going to matter. But let's see, right? You know? Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
All right, you strike him for 26 points of damage, wounding him. He is near death.
All right, so I have advantage on this one as well, then.
17, 19 will hit. And yes, that is going to be enough to slay this one.
All right, I'm going to go, that's 2 for me.
All right, down below, Archgale, this weird creature that's been summoned by this crushed gem. As you take a little bit closer look at it, it's got some strange features that kind of resemble almost like fish, but serpent as well. It is kind of floating here, essentially flying, hovering in this area. And as it gets a chance to act, it is going to turn towards you and unleash its tidal breath weapon. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
All right, that will succeed, which means you're going to take half damage. So that is going to be 13 points of damage, 4 from the bludgeoning, and 8 from the cold, so 12 points of damage. You take half of both of those. All right, and then it is going to fly to there. Okay, you managed to maintain your concentration. Okay, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to move.
Does it get Spirit Guardians?
Yeah, it should have when it was spawned in, but that's okay.
I wouldn't call that entering the space, right? Because entering is like physically moving in.
That's okay, because I'm going to do this. I'm going to move 5 feet to here.
All right, let me double check the writing of this real quick. Please give me a wisdom saving throw. You feel you cannot move forward here, Archie, because you would be damaging him with a spell.
So does it not burn that movement then?
It does not. Nope, you literally cannot move to the north.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. I'll move 5 down here then.
Okay, that will certainly place him into the aura there, and this comes a wisdom save. He is going to succeed on that, so he'll take half damage. Okay, 7 points of radiant damage strikes the serpent.
Okay. Guess now I gotta do something. I'm not looking too good. All right, I'm going to use a spell. I'm gonna use Cure Wounds on myself,
Okay.
and I'll use that at the 2nd level. Why not?
All right, 2nd level cure wounds coming in. All right, 25 HP restored.
And that's a spell, so action, movement. I will move back to my original spot, and I will end my turn.
Okay, we move to Glory.
All right, I'm going to attack recklessly this guy in front of me.
Okay. 14 will hit. All right, your halberd slashes down, catching him in the chest.
All right, second attack.
Reckless does hit. Yep, that'll wound him. All right, he is wounded a 2nd time. He's looking a little worse for wear.
Full arm strike.
That'll connect as well. Wounding him a 3rd time.
Ends my turn.
All right, back up at the top. All right, you guys are going to, those of you close enough to the door are going to notice another big explosion of fire.
We need to get topside. Figure out what the hell's going on up there.
All right, move to the top of the next round. And it is this guy's turn. He is going to cast a spell at you, Grim. I will need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Inspiration.
Okay.
There we go.
Better is
Grim,
better, brother.
you
Yep.
fall asleep.
That's where I wanted to be anyway until you fucking woke me up.
All right, put some Z's on you there. Okay, move down to Runok's turn.
Everybody wake up! Wake up! Oh, jeez. Everybody wake up down here. I see the weird creature. And yeah, I'll move up and I'll smash into the weird creature.
Okay.
I'll use lucky to give myself advantage.
Okay. That is going
Oof.
to miss.
Okay, I'll try to attack again.
That time you do manage to connect as your blade slashes into it. Almost feels like water as far as how much resistance it gives you.
Hey, don't forget you still give damage for the greatsword.
I can still do what?
You still don't you have it where your greatsword you still do damage even if you miss?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Every little bit helps, you know.
It's true. Okay. And as a bonus action, I don't have much, so I am going to end my turn.
Okay, Grim, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw. You are deep
better.
in La La Land. All right, we move up to this guy's turn. He is pretty wounded at this point in time, so he's going to go ahead and disengage and jump over the side of the ship, sinking below the wave. Okay, Laud.
All right. Well, since I can't see anything else, and it seems like there's stuff going on up top, I'm gonna start running up top. So, 15, 20, and I guess 30.
All right, as you come out here, Laud, you're going to notice that the ship that is currently connected by the gangplank, this ship that you assume these assailants arrived in, there are 2 of the crew members who look like they are down and unconscious on that vessel. You notice that there are several, or 3, I will say, of these opponents that seem to be fighting this well-dressed man more towards the north.
Okay. Let's see. Looks like that's within 30 feet. So, just double checking my upcast. I think this. So I'm gonna cast Causeless Hideous Laughter at all 3 of these with the 3rd level spell slot.
All right, 3rd level spell slot. This is a wisdom save. Here it comes.
Yeah, 1 sec.
And what is your DC?
16.
Okay, all 3 will fail.
Yeah, and that will be my turn.
Yep. Okay, then we move to this guy's turn. Okay, at the end of each of his turns, and each time it gets to make another save. Okay. All right, so that is successful, so it will no longer be affected by the spell. Okay, Caliban.
All right. First off, you hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. I changed keys here. Caliban's going to follow Laud up top. So 5, 10. I guess all 3 of these creatures are dancing.
You're going to notice two of them are currently prone, kind of rolling around, laughing maniacally. The one to the west is not.
Okay.
Actually, I'm sorry. The one to the west is going to be prone because he hasn't had a turn to stand up yet, but he's not laughing maniacally.
Okay. 15, 20 to here, and he's going to slash down at the one that's not laughing.
Okay. That will hit, but again, this attack's at advantage, so you might want to roll a second one, see if you get a crit.
Oh, sorry, meant to. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, that's a hit.
Regular. Okay.
All right, blade slashes in and wounds him.
Second one. Oops, an advantage on the second one.
That'll hit as well. That is a glancing blow.
Yeah, and I will bonus action second wind to heal up a bit. End my turn.
Okay, we'll move to Barnaby.
All right, that's 10. And I'm having a hard time grabbing him right now. Hold on. All right, I'm going to come here and I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay, he's down on the ground, laughing maniacally. Go ahead and make your attack. 14 will hit. All right, you will wound him.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and attack again.
Okay. That will connect as well. Yes, and that skewers him on the backside. He is slain.
All right, so that's 10, 15, 20. So, Adam, I don't know where this other teleport one goes to, right next to this guy.
If you click on the little thing, it tells you one's to the captain's quarters. I think that's the one you're talking about.
Okay, is there a way that I can just stand there without going through that, or is that pretty much a full door?
It's basically a full door.
Okay, I'll end my turn then. I was trying to help my buddy get a flank, but, you know.
All right, down below, we move to the watery dragon creature. All right, yeah, he is going to, his breath weapon has recharged, so he's going to just breathe that out at you, Runak. DC 12. Okay, you will fail that save, and you will take...
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. All right, you will still fail, and you'll take 14 points of damage as this cold breath just strikes into you with force and freezing. Okay, Archgale.
You know, that sleep really just... I still don't have an answer here. I'm going to move 5 feet here. Saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Yes, that will affect him. Okay, radiant damage strikes the creature.
Okay, and then I'm going to move there, and I'm going to try to move up again.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. And that will not work, so yeah, you are not able to move closer.
Oh. Okay. kind of don't want to do this. I kind of don't want to waste this. Oh, I really hoped that. Okay, I'm going to drop. I'm gonna drop the spell.
Dropping concentration on Spirit Guardians?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
And then, so I move 5, 10, and then I will go 15, 20, and I will attack Grim with my sword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. This obviously be at advantage. Okay.
Oh.
He is... It's not going to
I'm
matter
not gonna-
because that's a hit.
okay.
He's sleeping, which means that's an automatic critical hit. So go ahead and roll
Oh.
a piercing crit.
Okay.
You hate it when people sleep on the job? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, I need my working baton. What did the captain have? I need that. Okay.
Cudgel.
Yeah. Okay, critical hit, and you said piercing?
Short sword is piercing, yep. Alright, so you deal maximum damage plus the normal damage. So just go ahead and post normal damage. We'll calculate that.
Ooh, that's lowest. That's the lowest.
So your max damage is 6, so we add that to the 3 you rolled for 9 points of damage to Grim. And yes, Grim, you are awoken.
What the fuck?
Well, sorry, Grim. You've been awoken twice tonight. And I will, let's see, so that was 5, I think I have 10 more feet of movement. I will go 5, 10.
Alright, move to Glory's turn.
All right, I'm going to go to the upper deck.
Alright, you find yourself on the main
okay.
deck. And you were down below, so it might have been hard for you to see. This guy's prone, this guy's prone, this guy's not laughing, this guy's laughing. Alright, so looks like you tried to move to the space to the north of that guy, which unfortunately is a teleporter pad. So that is going to force you to move to the other side. So I'm just going to do this. So, yeah, I guess you can kind of attack from there. But yeah, that'd be easy if you can just say that.
I guess I'll attack this guy.
Okay. 18 will hit. Alright, Hellbelter slashes down, wounds him. Connects again. Wounding him a second time. Third time's a crit, and I think that's going to do enough because he's only got 3 HP left. All right, we move over to this guy, and you're going to see he kind of looks up towards you guys. Doesn't seem to have much of an expression on his face. If anything, it just looks like he's a little bit bored, perhaps. He's going to reach his hand out, and he's going to burst forth some arcane energy. And he is going to hit 3 times. Alright, and basically what you're going to see is this guy gets shooken to death, like to pieces. Alright, move up to the top with this guy here who is dead. And that guy's also dead. Alright guys, we're a little bit over session time. How about we go one more round if everybody's got the time to try to wrap this battle up?
Works for me.
Good enough.
Sure.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
All right, good deal. We will try to wrap this up here. Okay, we move to this guy's turn. You guys are both up. He is going to cast a spell now, dropping his sanctuary.
When he casts a spell, I'm going to counterspell.
All right, go ahead and post your counterspell. All right, so he has to make he makes a Constitution save. And what is your DC?
15.
Okay, so he will fail that. That will take his slot and burn your slot as well. All right, that is his turn. We move to Runok.
Nice.
Okay. Runok is going to. Oh, I see. Okay. But Runok is going to still swing at the creature in front of him since the ice blasted him.
Okay. Yes, 18 is enough. That will slash into him and wound him. $23 is enough. Yes, with that slash, you will see as the blade carves down, all is left is a bit of mist and steam.
We're the heroes. You can't stop us. Foul sea creatures.
I'm going to come up here, and I also am going to second wind with my bonus action.
Okay.
Bill.
Stand up from prone, grab my Morning Star. So that's 15 feet of movement. What does it take for me to overrun? Is that 15 more feet?
Nope, you just move through. So it'd be, difficult terrain. Yeah, so yes, it would be 15 feet.
So I have enough. Okay, I'm going to try to bonus action overrun.
He is going to stop you. Oh, right. Sorry, you get to roll first. So yes, you'll be able to go through.
You're breaking up. I wonder if it's my internet.
Ooh, I don't know. Am I breaking up for anybody else?
That sounded okay.
Negative.
Yeah, sounds fine here.
All right, yes, you are successful at your overrun there, Grim. You get through.
Okay, 2 attacks.
Actually, hang on one second. So, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Still going, huh? I thought he said he dropped Sanctuary.
Which is what would have happened, except his spell got countered, which means he didn't actually cast a spell.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you cannot attack him, Grim.
I'm going to try to attack him again.
You cannot.
Runok, I can't hit this guy. What the hell's going on? Get him in the flank.
He tried to cast a spell. I stopped it somehow.
All right, Laud.
Okay, so I want to go back down, but is that 5 feet of movement or no? Because it says 0, but
No,
not
because
sure if
that's that space is like the same space that you would go. So yeah, that's no movement there.
Okay, so it's no movement to be here. Okay, got it. So, all right. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Now that
That's
one was
25.
5 extra, so I'm assuming you calculated that.
Yep, so I'm at 30, so I'm going to dash now to see. This room looks fine. So dash 5, 10, I guess 15, 20, 25.
And that one's also an extra 5, so you'd be at 30.
Okay, so, well, that was a dash, so that's pretty much everything I can do. Yeah, I'll just end my turn here.
Okay, move to Caliban.
All right, Caliban is going to try to alert the captain, so he's going to move 5, 10 to here.
Get up to the captain's quarters.
And try banging on the door or try opening the door.
The door is locked, but you are banging on it. You don't hear any immediate response.
Okay, Captain, we're under attack. We need you up top side. And I move back out. Sorry, can you move me back out there?
There you go.
Thank you. Let's see the crew. Can't remember where I was at. I was here, which was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll end this turn there, seeing if you can get these crew member back over.
All right, we move to Barnaby.
All right, Barnaby's rushing downstairs. I'm going to dash.
Careful, he's the spellcaster.
All right, well, that is, I'm going to go ahead and just do this so I can get off the,
I think you miscalculated here, Barnaby. I think you moved way farther than you should have been able to. Your speed's only 30, right?
correct, yeah.
So let me
Where's
do a
that
quick-
at?
Let me do a quick
I think-
calculation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
So
on the teleport and I got to here with the dash, like exactly here.
Yeah, I should have been 10 on it, right?
No. So remember, when you go down the stairs, it's 5 extra feet of speed, and I think you didn't tally
Oh,
those
okay, that's
in.
what I didn't count that. No, I
All right.
didn't.
So, whoop, I moved a lot. My bad. There's Barnaby. So you should be. See, I think you're there as your 60.
Okay, yeah, I didn't count that when I dashed. So, all right, yep, and my turn.
All right, Archgale.
Is it fine if I move myself back down there?
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad, Lod. If I moved you, yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and try. I don't know what else to do. So, Sacred Flame.
All right, wisdom saving throw. And roll it again, please. Yes, you can indeed cast this spell on him. So that's a dex save from him. Here it comes. What is your DC?
16.
All right, that will indeed strike him. Go ahead and post that damage. Okay, yes, the radiant energy falls upon his head, wounding him.
Does he have to roll for concentration at all?
And that is not a concentration spell.
Is it not? I'm gonna take that spell. I know what I'm gonna do after.
Sanctuary is like the best spell in the world.
All right, in my turn.
Okay, Glory.
What does the smiley face mean?
Oh, on the crew, that means they're unconscious.
Oh, okay. I'm going to. Can I grab this guy and bring him back onto the boat?
Yep, that'd be counted as a grapple. In this essence of time, I'll assume you kind of just throw him over and put him here.
Yeah. And bonus action next to the rage. That's my turn.
All right. You're probably close enough, Glory, to hear this guy mutter something. You don't make out exactly what it is, but he returns to his quarters. All right, we're at the top of the next round. Just doing a quick look over here. The only guy that's left is this guy down here. Based on him having his spell up, let me check his other spells real quick. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to move. Grim, if you want to try to take an opportunity attack, you can. Make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, that'll fail. He's then going to move this way. Archgale, same for you if you wish to make an opportunity attack. And rolled again. Yep, you can choose attack him.
Spell slots.
Yeah, can I choose to cast a spell on him?
Yeah, you can with Warcaster.
Yep, I'm gonna command him to grovel.
All right, so you cast command once again. Okay, so that will take, I think it says on his next turn, if I remember correctly. So that's, he continues moving, but go ahead. Yeah, there's your command. Yeah, on its next turn. Okay, so he continues his turn. All right, I think this, basically, we're going to see if you guys can kill him. You got like 2 rounds to try to kill him, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Go ahead, Runak.
Okay. I chase after to kill that guy.
Yeah, feel free to do so.
Okay, I can get to here.
So, unfortunately, you can't get to there because of the stairs. A lot, I'm going to move you for a second. Yeah, so you went through the back side of the stairs. You would have to come around, so it would be an extra 10 feet of movement. How much movement have you used so far?
Oh, 10 feet? I was going under 5 feet more, so it should be...
35 feet would actually get you right here.
Right to here?
So, technically right when you step on that square, it's like you'd have to do this. So 25, and then it's the extra 5 feet to actually go up the stairs. So, yeah, it would basically be 30 to climb the stairs.
Wait, why did I have to do a weird, like, crisscross here?
So if you move off, you'll notice the stairs go up like this. So you're trying to go like this and climb them from the back side of the stairs, which isn't possible.
Oh, I see.
So you just have to at least get to there.
Okay, so for 30 movement, can I get to the other side? And
Yes. You can
there?
be right on the stair. Yeah, so if you want to move up, you can be right there at 30 feet of movement.
Okay, and can I see them?
Looks like to me you can see them if I'm viewing out of your eyes.
Okay. Eldritch Blast.
Wisdom saving throw.
And this I will use Lucky.
Okay.
So that just makes it flat, right?
Correct.
Damn.
Not able to attack it.
Now it is 2 beams. Does it have two separate rolls?
Yeah, the same with extra attack. I'll give that to you.
Alright, but this one will be with disadvantage.
Nope, not able to attack him.
Okay, that's the end of my turn. Oh wait, do I spend the action doing it?
You have to pick another target. Let me just double check the wording exactly. Okay, so the worker must see or either choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. So yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's the end of my turn then.
All right, Grim.
Okay, moving 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to use my Adrenaline Rush. So bonus action dash. So 5.
Nope,
10.
see, you just did the same thing they did. So let me do a quick calculation. So it's going to take you 15 feet to get there.
Okay. So I have 15 more feet of movement because I'm bonus action dash.
I'm sorry, you bonus action dash? Then yep, you have 15 feet left. 15 feet left.
Move there. Here comes a wisdom.
Not able to attack.
Again.
That time you can.
Oh!
Little shit.
Yep, 19 certainly hits. Okay, that will wound him.
And then shield bash. I'm gonna need a saving throw.
He is not knocked prone.
This is some strong dude, man. Okay. Then I will.
Okay, Laud.
All right, so I was already on the stairs, so I'm guessing it's 5 to go back up, right?
You are, yes, yep.
Okay. So I'll move 5 more here, and then I am going to, on him, cast Dispel Magic.
Okay, let me double check the wording.
It says like a magical effect or a creature, so I assume like I know what's going on here to a degree, so I'm going to try to dispel the spell that he's got going on himself.
Yeah, no, I was just seeing if you had to roll against Sanctuary, but it just says attack roll or damaging spell, so this isn't going to damage him. So yeah, you cast a spell of magic, and it ends.
All right, and so that was
Nice.
10 feet of movement, and I'll move 15, 20, 25, 30, just kind of get in the back there, and end my turn.
All right, so with that effect off, because we're so far overtime, I will say he's got to grovel his next turn. There's no way he's going to survive a whole nother round. So we are going to say you guys have managed to slay this strange mutated humanoid creature and make your way back up the ship. You will notice that all of the creatures have either been killed or a couple did jump overboard. Some of you guys noticed that. The crew was slow to rouse, but eventually they are awakened. As you guys are probably somewhat frustrated, like what is going on here, kind of getting to the bottom of this. Eventually the captain does come out and kind of fills you in that these creatures are known as Deep Ones. They do come out occasionally. He hasn't seen them in a while, like months at this point, but he says it is kind of strange they targeted this. He seems a little bit lax in like his defenses, you might say, but eventually after talking to him, he lets you know that Jagoda explained that you guys would be able to provide protection while on the ship, so that's why his folks and himself and his first mate weren't thinking that they had to jump right away into action. Obviously, he's very thankful for the fact that you saved his crewmen and made sure that none of them were taken. The 2 who were wounded, unconscious, they'll get tended to by some of the other folks here. And yeah, they're all a bit shaken up here, but they seem to recover fairly quickly. So yeah, guys, that's our session for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a little bit crazy intense there with the different levels of the music. Hope you guys like that part. When we come back next week, we'll continue the journey to the Reaver's Cave.
Can
Hey,
I add
Adam,
something real quick before we go? Hey guys, don't forget that guy's a traitor. Remember, he turned as one of his crew, so we got to remember that for next week.
Yeah, they're
I was
traitors.
also going to ask if that guy had survived, the guy that I incited.
That was actually the guy that you guys just killed at the very end there, the one that was called the hybrid priest, the Deep One hybrid priest. That was the guy that in the bottom that was in the bunk. The one that you incited, he essentially he switched his disguise, and so he was no longer looking like a crewman. He was one of the Deep Ones. I can't say 100% for sure if you killed him or not, but he's not in the crew any longer. I can tell you that.
Okay.
All right, good
Hey,
session.
Adam,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just glad there was no obelisk that inside with these Deep Ones.
Yeah, you never know. There could be, right?
No, I mean from my dwarven monk, right?
I was gonna say that's a couple campaign callback at this point, but
yeah, there you go.
all right, guys. Hope you all have a good one. Have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.
Good night,
Later,
guys.
folks. Enjoy.
Good
Good job,
everybody.
guys.